Hey, buddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome back to Civilization 6, a game we have not played in a little bit of a moment here. I wouldn't say that I stopped playing Civilization 6, more so that I took a little bit of a break to play some other games. And we are back. We have ourselves another one of these new challenges that I'd like to dig into. I'm going to try the challenge of the month on Emperor difficulty. So let's see if we can sink our teeth into it and get somewhere with it. Came out about a week ago and I haven't yet actually sunk my teeth into the challenge. And I'm curious to see what is here in front of us. We will be playing as the Babylonian Empire. Now there's a little bit that we need to talk about with Babylon. So what is going on here? Oh, I guess we just have to win a science victory on Emperor difficulty. Interesting. So what is the point of this challenge is my question. I don't know. Well, let's have a look. So the first thing we need to talk about is Babylon, Hammurabi. What is different about this guy? So the first and foremost ability of the Babylonian Empire is that Eurekas provide all of the science for technologies, and they earn minus 50% science per turn. That means playing Babylon is a bit more like playing a checklist. Oh god, the technology tree is randomized. I see. This changes the game significantly. I wish I had been playing the game a little bit more recently, because then I would remember what all these boosts were. Oh boy. All right, well, that makes things a little bit more exciting, because usually there's a kind of a way you can navigate through the tech tree. I do think the very first thing that we're going to be going for is mining, because if we get 3 mines, we can get really good outputs on our mines. Now, let's have a little bit of a think about the location. We've got 1 mine here. Yeah, we'll need to go for a couple of early builders to try to get that on up and running. So, Eurekas are important when you're playing Babylon. Now, there's also the Sabum Kibitum, which is a unique ancient era melee unit. It has plus 17 combat strength against heavy and light cavalry units, so it is technically a spearman, but it has 3 movement and sight, so it's a really good early game scout. We also have Ninu Ulu Serum. When each specialty district, except for the government plaza, for the first time, you receive the lowest production cost building that can currently be constructed in that district. So if I build a campus, the first campus I build, I will get a free library. If I build an industrial zone, I will get a free workshop. Receive an envoy when any other district is constructed for the first time. So I believe if I build an aqueduct for the first time, if I build, that doesn't say specialty district, so I'm actually not entirely sure how that works. We also have the Palgum, which is a building unique to Babylon. It gives you plus 1 housing and plus 2 production, and freshwater tiles receive plus 1 food, and the city must be adjacent to a river. Now let's have a little bit of a look at some of the potential opening moves. I think the first thing that we want to do is we're going to move our warrior 2 tiles to kind of explore. If I settle my capital city on this hill, I will not be able to settle a tile to the left. However, if I move one, I will not be able to settle a city to the left. If I were to settle my capital city on this rice, if I go to the settler map mode and hold down control, because I'm using the better lens mod, you can see this will be the extent of the city. My capital would be 3 food, 1 production, when normally a capital is 2 food, 1 production. And it would be 3 food because this is being placed on a bonus resource, the rice, which would stay preserved underneath this tile permanently. There's also a potential of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks to be 6 tiles that are adjacent to this river that would get plus 1 food. Now, freshwater tiles might also include lakes, so there's also an additional 1, 2, 3, 4 freshwater tiles in this city over here. If I were to settle here, we would get, now if I settle in place long term, we would get on the order of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, what is that? We would get 13 freshwater tiles in the capital. That'd be worth 13 food. If I move 1 tile to the right, I would get 2 less. So I think it's a bit of a 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I do think moving a tile to the right would be very powerful, but we also need to think about what districts we're going to build. I do think Babylon is a decent candidate to build the aqueduct, and then I think there could be a very interesting industrial zone right here. Now, let's see, so if we settled there, the Ruhr Valley is an interesting one. Ruhr Valley, and Babylon is actually a unique civilization in that I can get it quite early. Could I build the Ruhr Valley on this tile right there? Yes, I think I could, and then by building that there, I would open up myself to be able to put mines on all. I'm going to kind of mark the mines that I can see so far. We're kind of doing a little bit of a long-term planning. And how do we get to the Ruhr Valley? Well, getting to the Ruhr Valley is actually pretty simple because I believe the Ruhr Valley is unlocked by industrialization, which requires you to build 2 workshops. And Babylon is one of the few civs in the game that can rush that pretty easily. And by building 3 mines, we can get, I believe it's apprenticeships, which will give us +1 production to our mine improvement. So we can make an incredibly productive capital here without too much in the way of effort. And then on this tile, if we wished, you know, we could put a theater square. There are some ideas and different things that we can explore here. I personally feel like moving 1 tile to the left is the correct move for this game. So that's the move that I'm going to make. I've kind of planned things out and justified what I'm doing and why. So we'll settle right here. I will delete that map tag and I will press Shift S to reveal these things. I'm going to grab myself a single Sabum Kibitum because it's a more useful scout. It's able to do just about as much scouting as a scout, but is actually capable of fighting barbarians because it's a melee class unit, so it does level up a little bit better for combat specifically. Our main goal for exploration is to find other players and really just gather intel on what the map looks like. Excellently, we just got a Eureka for archery, which means we have the archery technology. So we know where our archery is on the tech tree. We don't have a camp in our capital, so the potential for a Temple of Artemis here isn't really there. And we will continue to explore. I think I'm going to open with 2 Sabum Kibitums. That will give me a decent compromise of exploration and defense in the early game. Nice, found another tribal village. This does look like a potential, like maybe a Terra map. Am I in Africa right now? Can't really tell. There's +4 era score. We would also like to get our watermill early. Nice little bit of cash. This looks like it could potentially be an Africa map. I'm going to send you to the east, but you know, maybe it's not. Make sure the city is focusing on food and production, so it's working high yield tiles. I don't think there's a tile I could buy nearby. No, unless you count the sheep, because food is technically better early, so I could lock that sheep tile in for a little while. And food has a lot of potential return very, very early into the game. I'll move you to here, and I'll attack this scout to get some experience on my warrior. In the meantime, I will continue to explore. We have found Nazca. That is a faith-based religious city-state, and they will provide me with +1 faith in the capital and in every shrine building. That will secure our Pantheon. Once we're able to get 16 faith, we will get our Pantheon. It does seem like this game is being played on quick speed, so do keep that in mind. We are playing on a non-standard game speed. Oh, I do see a tribal village back there to the right. One of our goals in this early phase of the game is to capture as much tribal villages and find as much information about the world as possible. Now, this last guy is going to be exploring to the south. The reason that I'm sending this guy to the south is because I didn't send like other guys to the south. The other guys were sent north, and the reason they were sent north is because I see tundra to my south, which means I'm towards the bottom of the map. If I hold down Alt and left click, I can rotate the map and I can turn, and there you go. Over here, it is the bottom of the map. So there is more to explore to the north, so it's better to explore that direction first because there's more potential things to discover there. And also we're more likely to, you know, have a conflict of interest with another player. I also got a free scout here, which is nice. Pretty good start. We have a few options with how we like to proceed as Babylon. So Babylon is one of the few civs in the game where I think opening 2 builders is always the play. Minimum 1 builder if you can build 3 mines without having to chop. But we need 2 builders because we need to get 3 mines placed so that we can get apprenticeships and start increasing our production. Babylon is a very unique civ in that way, in that they can ramp their production up a lot faster than other civs. I don't need God King because I already have Faith Perturbed, so I'm going to take urban planning for production. I'm also going to plug in discipline because I don't actually have very many scouts, and they're not recon units, and I would much rather be able to fight barbarians better. I'm going to move my Sabum Kipitum down here into the Forest Hill tile, which is a double defense tile. And thankfully, we have also revealed another tile that we can put a mine on. So in theory, this Ruhr Valley will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mines that it will benefit, which is +10 production, plus an extra 20%. And it's basically guaranteed that we will get the Ruhr Valley. There is something to be said for putting a campus up north on this wheat tile right here. It's at least a +2, and I think we will take a +2 any day of the week that we can. Let's go ahead and grab this tribal village. Another free recon unit. That's a very interesting event. It means we can get a lot more exploration done. I have finished Code of Laws, and we have quite a few directions we can go. I think Popping through to craftsmanship here, it gives you access to a GOG, it gives you access to Ilkum. You have the option to gear towards infrastructure or to, actually we could go for a very early empire and start pumping out settlers with our really strong early game production. And I think that is going to be part of our play. So we're going to go 2 builders into a monument, and I think that is the very much so the way that you want to play Babylon in the early game. My warrior, or my Sabum Kibitum here is defending on the hill. We have finished mining, so we do have the option to chomp tiles if we want. Another tribal village. There we go, 13 faith. So we have secured a pantheon. I'll keep exploring to the east with this guy. I'll probably loop up around Nazca. I'll keep this guy fortified on this terrain. He will have +6 combat strength from being fortified and +6 combat strength from being in a hill and a forest. So he'll have a +12 defensive strength, and he's going to heal every turn, plus he'll get a little bit of stuff. And he has +5 combat strength against barbarians from our government card. So very hard for our enemies to kill him here. We've secured mining. I think it's reasonable here to go ahead and research animal husbandry. The reason that I want to research animal husbandry because I want to harvest sheep. I would prefer to harvest sheep and put mines on those tiles if I can. And as far as I can tell, none of the districts that I have planned, well, with the exception of this aqueduct, will really be impacted heavily by the existence of horses. And it's just good to know where the horses are because it allows you to open up your game plan a little bit. Excellent. You have fortified there. Let's go get this Jade online. That will give us an amenity. It'll let us feel a little bit safer. We have the choice of a pantheon. There is the option of getting a really fast settler. There's also the option of getting an immediate builder and cancelling this builder and starting the monument right away. We could also go for the archer. +2 faith from mines over luxury and bonus resources. That's at least 2 faith from the Jade, 2 faith from the Jade over there. There's a decent amount of potential in that move. If we take a look at some mining resources, there's a mining resource there. There's a mining resource up there. Where else? What have we got? So we would get a little bit of faith from that. I do think religious settlements or fertility rites give us the best tempo here. Religious settlements obviously being the best tempo out of any option. We could pretty much immediately start sending a settler to somewhere that we think is a strong second city. And if I kind of look here and I start scanning around, the first thing we're looking for is a place that looks nice to settle a city on. So for example, this cattle tile right here would get me a 3 food, 1 production capital city. And then there will be a bunch of tiles that we can improve and at least a few tiles nearby that we could work. Another option would be to settle in between the two the cattle and the sheep here to benefit from those, to be able to work those earlier. So yeah, there is something to that. I'm just doing a little bit of thinking exactly how I want to settle my empire. I'm thinking I will settle on this cattle, which leaves this tile over here open. And I could settle this as well. Although I think I do have a preference here to settle in a slightly different way. I think I'm going to settle on this tile because it's adjacent to the 2 sheep, which means I will then settle here to capture this kind of like land. I might have a tall empire here where my cities are spaced out quite a bit. And the question is, do I want to go for a settler or a free builder? And I think taking a settler right now is just an incredibly huge tempo boost for my empire. So I think grabbing the settler is just the play that makes the most sense if we're playing to win, which, you know, realistically when you're playing, well, any sort of game that has a win condition, you should probably be playing to win. I'm going to bring this Sabum Kibitum back to the left here because I need to be able to defend my capital territory, especially now that slingers are coming. I am going to take the tortoise promotion. This will give me defenses, and slingers are starting to spawn, which is annoying. Let's go ahead and improve our first mine. That will get me access to the wheel, which unlocks the next tier of resources. Oh, wow. Interesting that each of my eras are bottlenecked up to a certain point. So in order to get irrigation, we need to farm a resource. We need to think about that. Probably a farm on this wheat here. I have found another player's borders. It does look a little bit like Rome's, but I can't quite tell just yet. And we have indeed just found another continent over here. Looks like we found the continent of Atlantis. Very cool. We are on Terra Australis. Let's grab this tribal village, 13 faith. I'm going to pop up here to prepare for some chomps. I'll get my Sabum Kibitum to attack first to break his fortification to hopefully encourage these guys to attack me. I'm hoping that he now chooses to see me as a more viable target. Well, that didn't quite work the way that I want to, but yeah, I absolutely need to get the Palgum to get irrigation. I would love to get a golden age here. Now the question is, do I chop? See, I could chop for 16 production into an archer. Doesn't quite finish them. Oh no, it wasn't Rome, it was Vietnam. So Ba Trieu has been met. We're going to tell her it's an honor to meet you. And we would love to sample your hospitality. So we just unlocked writing from meeting another player, which is excellent. Now we need to think about how we want to treat with Vietnam. I think it might be good for us to build a friendship with her if she's willing to. So in terms of selling resources, we could sell our jade for 2 gold per turn, or we could keep it, and I think I'm going to keep it in this instance. We found Pamukale, which is an interesting 2-tile, impassable natural wonder. It gives you +1 amenity. It provides an additional amenity if it's adjacent to an entertainment complex, and it gives a major adjacency bonus to theater squares, campuses, commercial hub districts, and standard adjacency to holy sites. Very cool. So that's astrology. From discovering a natural wonder, we now have access to our holy sites. So Pamukale is an interesting wonder that we may try to secure. We may try to kill Nazca, depending on whether or not we want to try to take over this desert over here. Nazca is an interesting option. Let's see how these units play out. You're fortified right there. You're chasing down this slinger. You're going here to chop, and you're going here to chop, and I'm hoping that I can chop out an archer in a single turn. I will start the construction of 3 archers, because that is an important boost. I believe you unlock crossbow machinery, I think it is, if you build 3 archers. So that'll unlock that tech for us. I'm going to go ahead and found this city right here in Rapicum, and we will make sure that we're working the sheep tile so that we grow this city nice and quickly, and we're going to begin construction of a monument. Culture being an important milestone in the early game, because we want to get to the all-important tier, well, I guess this is a tier 0 government that we start with, but we want that tier 1 government, and culture is an important part of that. As is exploration, we do want to find more city-states if we can. We met Chandragupta. Let's go ahead and say it's an honor to meet you. We would love to sample your hospitality. We'll see if he's willing to take a delegation. He's refusing to take the delegation, which is okay. He does have luxuries. He has 2 luxuries online, and it does in fact look like he's building the Jebel Bark House. No, it's the big Great Bath. He's building right there. We found Preslav, which is big. We were not the first to find Preslav. Their quest is for me to train a galley. I don't have a coastal city right now, so I can't film that, but this would give me +1 production in my capital and every city with a barracks and stable. +2 loyalty per turn for cities for each encampment district building, and we have the Nazca line, which is a really good improvement that makes desert tiles more livable. So I wouldn't say Preslav is particularly useful for my empire, but it is nice to have another city-state under our belt because it is a city-state. And when I say under my belt, I mean for the quest. You need to find 3 city-states. Let's chop. And then I'm going to chop here. That will get the archer secured. I'll move the archer onto the hill and I'll fortify you. And then I'm going to move back to finish the monument. Now we do have the option to build the Yetamananki. So the Yetamananki would give you +2 science and +1 production for all marsh tiles in your empire, and +1 science and production to all floodplains for the city. I think if I was going to build the Yetamananki, I would try to build it in this city over here, because it has access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 floodplain tiles over here. And I think that is the plan. If we can do it, that is what we will try to do. Chandragupta sent me a delegation, which is fantastic. And I might be able to get a friendship with Batriyu. Let's secure the kill on this slinger. That will get us bronze working because we got a kill with his spearman, which has unlocked the iron as a resource. It also, I believe, was the quest of Nazca getting me another envoy. So 1 more envoy with Nazca and we secure their suzerainty. Alrighty, let's shoot this warrior to get the kill. We'll build our 2nd mine. I'm going to keep my Sabum Kibitum here fortified. Why did my builders only have 2 charges? I built 2 builders. Improve, chop, chop, improve. No, I guess I used 4 charges, didn't I? I did, yeah. Yeah, I did. That's okay. We will, well, I guess I'll move you to here and I'll buy this hill tile to get improved next turn. Or, well, the turn after that. And then that will get us apprenticeship, which is what we are looking to achieve. Okay, perfect. We found Bologna, which means we got 3 city-states, so we know where political philosophy is on the culture tree, which allows us to get our tier 1 government. Let's grab this tribal village. Oh, an envoy. That is fantastic. We can immediately grab Nazca, gain control of them for era score, and we're very, very close to securing a golden age. Also, we discovered La Venta as a consequence of that. Livin' la vida La Venta. There are not that many river tiles that we can settle on this game, but we are going to want to try to secure rivers as Babylon. Babylon excels on rivers. Chandragupta built the Great Bath. 1 of my Sabum Kibitums is ready to level up. This guy I'm going to level up with Battle Cry. You're staying fortified on that hill, and I'll bring the archer down to fight. You're going to jump up here to chop that tile. I'm going to move you into position to improve this farm. I will secure the farm tile with gold before we improve it, and we will begin the research of pottery. We also need to build a quarry to get masonry, and it wouldn't be a bad idea to found a city on the coast. I do want to found the city on the coast away from this jade. So if I'm thinking about where I would like to do this, there is a... So I can't settle on... Well, I don't want to settle on either of these two tiles because you cannot give the inner ring of a city to another city. And I want these two tiles to be inside my capital. So I think the closest I'm willing to settle is right here. So I want to investigate this location as a potential settlement. Watch this barb attack my own unit. Okay, just got kicked out of Chandragupta's borders. I also heard a meteor fall. I will send my guy down there to grab that because getting a heavy cavalry unit could potentially lead to me getting... I don't remember the name of the boost, but if you kill a unit with a knight or a heavy cavalry, I believe you get a boost. Let's improve the farm. That will secure us irrigation and the palgum. We will be building the palgum because I believe building a watermill is a boost for another thing. We have craftsmanship, which is perfect because we improved our third tile, securing craftsmanship. Or rather, securing the boost for craftsmanship, and we also finished early empire. Now, we want political philosophy as fast as possible, but we need to clear the barbarian outpost to get there. So instead, what I'll work on is craftsmanship, or possibly mysticism to get an envoy. But I do think craftsmanship is a good one to take first. This will also reveal this over here. Now, in terms of governor appointments, it depends on what our goals are in the early game. Babylon is a civilization that thrives on tempo, and Pingala is an incredibly good tempo governor because he gives you culture. As is Magnus, because you can use the 50% yields for chopping. I do think Pingala is the better tempo producer because we can use him to make culture, which is a yield that we're bad at making otherwise. We can make most of our science from, doing these goals. Speaking of which, I do need to build at least one pasture. So I'll probably put a pasture on this cattle tile over here to secure it. And now I'm going to build my next mine, which will get me apprenticeship for +2 era score, as well as +1 production on my mines, meaning we've secured not only the industrial zone, but also the man-at-arms. But we also have access to workshops now. And more importantly, look at these mine tiles. They're going to be yielding serious production for us. We're going to go and grab ourselves another builder in the capital because we want to chop this tile and we want to chop out the palgum and we want to get the industrial zone down if we can. It's all part of the plan. I'm also having a little bit of a think. This might remain as a quarry instead of being chopped because we do need the quarry boost. And I'm thinking this sheep may actually become a commercial hub and we build a harbor in the capital. Because if we build a really tall capital, we can do a lot of really interesting things in terms of district construction. Let me go ahead and set up a city overlap lens on my mouse. I was thinking of building the Colosseum here. It would only be a 4-city Colosseum. If I put it here, it could potentially be a 5-city Colosseum. I think I'm okay with potentially going for a 4-city Colosseum, right? If I take the Colosseum, I put it there, I put an entertainment complex here, and I put a theater square here. This secures me a lot of really good districts in my capital. I'm thinking about it. I think I'm going to settle a economic city on the coast over here. Somewhere there, I don't know. These are going to be low priority cities that I'm kind of marking out just to benefit a little bit from the Colosseum in the long term. And if I place my government plaza right here, most of these cities can reach it. At least these two can make use of the tiles adjacent to it. I'm thinking if I can get my government plaza on this tile, this city can reach 2 of the tiles, you can reach 1 of the tiles, you could put a pretty successful theater square there, and we can play around with things as we go. I wouldn't say that I love this setup, but I think it's a serviceable setup. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of those pins so we can focus on the exploration aspect of the game. Another barb camp over here that we'll have to get to work on. Oof, I'm hoping for a heal here. It's rare that I hope for that, but otherwise this guy will get attacked and he should be able to level up next turn. Let's go ahead and... I want to get a kill with an archer, right? No, it was a kill with a slinger that I needed, but I already got the boost for archery. I need to build a quarry and found a city on the coast. Those are my 2 quests for this era, which tells me that the next thing that I build in this city, it should be a settler. Once this builder is done, I need that coastal city because I believe you need, I need to research sailing to get to horseback riding. So I have to kind of do that in the right order. I'm just going to keep queuing things up as I need to build them. I can get these kills pretty easily, so I'll get you to shoot this scout to try and get rid of him. You'll clear this and you'll attack once here and then go into healing mode. Let's move forward and grab this village. Ooh, +1 population is quite nice for Rapicum. Enemy barb camp floating around here. He's going to attack my scout, isn't he? He's going to ignore the vulnerable melee units nearby. Let's go ahead and take the battle cry promotion on this guy. Both of my Sabum Kibitums will heal while my archer shoots this guy. You're going to step to this tile because I want to chop it to get my industrial zone going. I'm going to try to retreat you through to their borders. Hopefully not be seen by the barbs. But unfortunately, getting caught by horse barbs is just a regular occurrence when you're playing Civ. I'm going to try and scuttle away with this warrior up through here and lead these barbs through Vietnam's borders. I'm going to shoot there. I will wait one turn for this chop because if I plug in the settler production card, it will be a more efficient chop. And I'm also going to clear this barb camp right now for the +3 era score, as well as the boost for military tradition, so I can research military tradition and head towards political philosophy. I'm going to move this guy one tile to the left, because if this spearman and this warrior attacks this guy, there's a risk of him dying. However, the spearman should see that this guy is in weaker terrain, and they should split their attacks because barbs will typically throw themselves at what they perceive to be the weakest unit combat strength-wise. So I'm hoping that by positioning my units around these barbs, I do preserve their lives. We got attacked here. Ugh, okay, we lost a Sabum Kibitum. We lost a unit. It sucks. It was a good thought. It was a good thought. Let's pop into our government. We're going to take out urban planning. I'm going to plug in colonization, and then I will chop out this settler, have a little bit of a think where we want to settle. I may settle this southern city first and begin the process of planning a city who is specialized just for gold production. That's its job, right? We pop a capital city here, we build a harbor and a commercial hub, and your job is to generate gold. And that's pretty much all you do. But you also have in range, 1, 2, 3, you have the potential to build a science district in range of this, as do you, and as do you. So we can get 3 campuses around the thing here and 2 theater squares, getting us decent adjacency across these 3 cities. So let's start heading south to settle that city. I did say I wouldn't settle that first, but because of its position, its unique position, I think it's a reasonable move. I'm going to go ahead and declare friendships with both of the AIs that I'm aware of to prevent them from declaring war on me. And then I'm also going to go ahead and get mutual open borders, because mutual open borders improves your relationship. How do I show you that? It's over here. You can see here. +3 unknown reason. That's open borders. The AI will like you more if you have open borders with them. We found Kabul, which is a militaristic city-state. Your units receive double experience from battles they initiate. So not a bad suzerain bonus. What's their quest? They want me to trigger Eureka for military tactics. Now, if I remember correctly, military tactics is killing a unit with a knight. Yeah, I was trying to come down here to grab this, but this little bit of chaos that's going on with this barb camp here will have to be reckoned with. I'm going to move one tile to the left to build the quarry that I need. 40 faith picked up and a promotion for this guy. I will do hills, and now we can move through his land. Things are looking okay for me. All right, we've unlocked pottery. Let's go ahead and fortify with you. I'll build the quarry that will boost masonry, and now masonry leads to the potential for an ancient walls boost, which we definitely want. I'm also going to make sure that I place the industrial zone to lock it in. I will finish the Palgum first, and then I'll work on the industrial zone. I tried to escape with my warrior, but unfortunately I led him to his death. I do think I got good value with that warrior, so I'm not too sad about his death. I mean, it sucks, right? Ideally, you want to keep your units alive and exploring if you are getting value from the exploration. But the reality is sometimes you just can't keep your units alive because of the chain of events that, they get themselves into. So there's military tradition. My units now have combated support bonuses. We get access to a couple of new cards. More importantly, we're working on political philosophy. I think I'd like to stop for state workforce first, because I want to get access to the government plaza. I want this governor title. And yeah, that governor title is worth a lot in my capital. Let's go ahead and kill this scout. Perfect. And we can send our settler down to settle that city while you're going to sit here until you're healed. I have another builder charge. I need to build a pasture. I think I'll put a pasture right here so that I can instant research horseback riding, and then a couple turns later I'll get sailing. So we should be able to push our way through these two pretty quick and easy. We found Nagazargamu, a very powerful city-state. that is a militaristic city-state, and it gives you the ability to purchase land combat units cheaper based on the number of encampment district buildings you have. So if you have a barracks, you get a 20% discount. If you have an armory, you get a 40% discount. And if you have a military academy, you have a 60% discount. I challenge my editor, as I narrated that, have those little things pop up on the screen. I want a barracks, an armory, and a military academy to pop up on the screen. This is just a check to see if they were watching, right? So there's construction. I believe that's from the water mill, which gives us access to the lumber mill. The lumber mill will also provide its own boost somewhere down the line. So we are going to want a lumber mill. Where exactly we're going to build that, I'm not entirely sure. But yes, now we get closer to stirrups, which requires the feudalism civic, and that's why we need culture. I think I'm going to build the pasture to finish horseback riding, which will open up a whole array of new options here. We're building ancient walls. Owning 2 galleys could potentially happen. The one that I'm least likely to do is 3 different specialty districts. So I'll start the research of that. These other ones I should be able to achieve, I don't want to say like easily, but relatively easily. In fact, the only one I don't think I can do is iron, because I don't see an iron mine anywhere. The closest source of iron is all the way in here. So in fact, I'm going to start researching ironworking to just get that out of the way. Those other things I can just boost my way through. Let's go ahead and take the volley promotion on this archer for the +5 combats. Yes, +5 combat strength against land units. That will just make him a little bit stronger, a little bit more efficient. Let's keep exploring here. Excellent. We've got so much knowledge found. Rapicum really needs a builder. Its tiles are super underdeveloped. The ancient era ends in 10 turns. I'm going to immediately settle this city so that we can finish sailing. I will begin the construction of 2 galleys, because that is actually a boost that I need. If I can generate gold, that gold will be spent. I'm going to buy diamonds, and I'm also going to buy people's diplo favor. Yeah, if I could buy a galley or a monument in here, that would be helpful. But I definitely need to start building those 2 galleys as soon as possible. Okay, taking a look at the tactical situation, I think starting to send an archer to the east is a decent move. There's a barb camp over here that we can kind of chip away at. We finished state workforce, which gives us access to Core V for wonder building, conscription for cheaper unit maintenance, and the government plaza for loyalty and important adjacency bonuses. Not listed on that is also the governor title, which we're going to go ahead and plug into Pingala for +1 culture per turn for each citizen in the city. That will stack with the 15% increase with culture and science generated by Pingala. So now if I pop into my capital city, thanks to its 5 population, it should be generating an extra 6.5 culture per population. Each population in your city will generate 0.3 culture each, which is for a 5 pop city would be 1.5 culture. So adding another 1 culture per pop on top brings us up to 6.5 culture. Very nice. That's basically, I just got like 2.5 monuments out of that Pingala promotion, which I probably don't need to tell you is a significant amount of culture, because it brought political philosophy down from a 9-turn research to a 4-turn research. So you can kind of see why, even though I could have researched political philosophy first, I do think state workforce was the correct decision, because I just get to the same position at a roughly the same speed, but I have better acceleration, if that makes sense. Acceleration is everything in economic simulators and competitive games like Civilization. Accumulating a small series of advantages over a long period of time is the entire game. Now, I haven't planned much for these other cities. I definitely need to build 2 fishing boat improvements over here in Borsippa. That will get me the celestial navigation technology finished. I think the best place for me to queue up that builder is in the capital. Question is, do I want to build the aqueduct sooner rather than later? I don't know. I think I'm happy to delay some of these other things for different things, although this requires borders to expand, which means I should probably start with a monument in here realistically to get those borders expanding so I can save a little bit of cash when it comes to those tile acquisitions. Okay, the ancient era ends in 7 turns. I'm a little bit worried about the potential for horses here, so I'm going to start moving my Sabum Kibitum over to help. I need a spearman at some point. I'm going to queue that up for after. I wish I could insert rather than replace here, but I'm going to insert the spearman after the industrial zone before the builder, because I believe I need to get a kill with a spearman for a Eureka. I don't remember which Eureka that is. Batriu has finished the Oracle, which is fine, and I'll begin pounding this barbarian spearman. The industrial zone is finished in the capital, which does give us access to a workshop in here. Question is, I can build, so a city can build 1 district at 1 population. It can build 2 districts at 4 population, and it can build 3 districts at 7 population. I think I'm going to need a granary soon. So I'm going to queue that up. I don't know exactly where in this sort of situation it's going to fall, but it's probably going to fall somewhere in the next couple of things. Around about when the city hits 7 population is when I'm probably going to want the granary to allow the city to continue to grow so that we can keep placing districts. We got +1 era score for discovering political philosophy. We definitely have a golden age secured. Autocracy, a whole bunch of stuff has just been unlocked for us, so let's go ahead and pop in here. We've got access to political philosophy. We can either go for autocracy, oligarchy, classical republic. We also have access to the Apadana, the diplomatic league, and the charismatic leader. Now, specifically for this game, I do think, generally speaking, I think classical republic is the best government out of all of these because it gives all of your cities +1 housing and +1 amenity if they have a district, and also gives you a 15% great person boost. There are situations in which I think autocracy and oligarchy are valid choices. Oligarchy is good if you get caught in an early war. Autocracy is good if you have not expanded much and are building wonders. I have not expanded much, but I'm not building wonders. So I do think Classical Republic is the play here because Classical Republic is what I consider to be the default choice. Now, let's go ahead and plug in urban planning. And we need to think about, are we going to be settling soon? How soon are we going to be settling? A surprisingly important question. I do not necessarily think that we're going to be settling immediately. However, we can make the decision to settle immediately if we so wish. And I think I'm going to make that decision to begin settling right now. I'm going to plug in colonization for faster settler production, urban planning for better production in all my cities, and income for faster builder production. I'm also going to plug in a charismatic leader for influence, although maybe I could do the other for quests. I think, let me see, what are my quests like from city-states? Eureka for military tactics, trigger an inspiration for feudalism, train a galley, construct a government plaza, recruit a great rider. These are all actually quite doable. So I think what I'm going to do is plug in diplomatic league, urban planning, and income. And the diplomatic league means if I can get some envoys with my city-states, they will be doubled. Let's get started on games and recreation. We want those amenities from the Colosseum. They're very nice. All right, let's clear this barb camp and we'll kind of mill about this area. I will build this builder. Will I? No. I think what I'll work on instead are the 3 settlers that I need to fill out my empire. I've got plenty of time to get those done before the tax man comes knocking. I've got a barb horse archer problem here. So let me move 1 tile to the right. Ooh. I think this guy can survive if I shoot this guy. I run him to here. This barb horse archer should not be able to see him anymore. And so in theory, he shouldn't try to chase him down. I'm going to grab Mysticism for the +1 envoy. I built a builder over here in Rappacoum. So I need to make some decisions about how the city is going to be developed. I think a very obvious decision is to put that plantation right there. I think there's also a fairly obvious decision of getting a campus right there. It can be worth it. We don't necessarily need a lot of campuses, but it's not a bad spot. I could opt for a holy site there and try to found a religion. There are not that many religions that have gone yet. No religions have gone yet. So I could found a religion if I wanted to, geared towards science production. If I look at my situation there, I need to build at least 2 industrial zones this game. So do I want to build them in this city or do I want to build it somewhere else? I don't know yet. Am I going to go for a religion in Rappacoum? Hard to say. What I definitely think I should go for is a commercial hub in the city. Okay, well, really kind of like the deliberation that's going on in my head is whether or not I build this pasture. I don't need to build that pasture anymore because I put a pasture over here on this sheep. Commercial hubs are one of the Achilles heels of Babylon. Where's the best industrial zone? If I'm going to build an industrial zone, where's the best industrial zone in this city? And I think it's like an industrial zone that's adjacent to a potential aqueduct here that can get really high adjacency. So I suppose if I were to settle yet another city here, and I had these 2 cities kind of cooperate with aqueducts, put industrial zones on either side here, and then commercial hubs like this, and then with an extra pair of lumber mills on either side of these, this would get me a lot of gold and production in this area as a unit, allowing me to basically build whatever I want out of these cities. So I think that might be the direction that we push for with these 2 cities. Basically, they're cooperating. The industrial zone gets +2 adjacency from every adjacent aqueduct. So by building this kind of diamond formation, we get +4 adjacency on each one. Then we add the commercial hubs to get even more adjacency, because each industrial zone is adjacent to 1, 2, 3 districts. And then if we add the commercial hub, that's another +1 adjacency from adjacent districts. And then adding lumber mills on the outside here provides us with productive tiles that also gives adjacency to the industrial zone. So I quite like this idea. It's very late game focused, but I think it has potential. This can be a mine because it won't be for a very long time that we'll need to do that. So I think what we're going to prioritize now is getting the mines online in this city now that we know what districts we're going to build. So this district is planning to build 1, 2, 3 districts. I think it would be good if one of my cities built a encampment. What I might do with this city is I may move this commercial hub, put an encampment there, and move the commercial hub here, because this just works a little bit better in my mind. And I think there are certain boosts in this tech tree that are good that you can only get if you have encampments, and I just don't remember. But also it's useful to have encampments so that you can get railroads later in the game. So I think we will go mine, then chop. Now, the only downside of doing this play is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my river tiles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of my river tiles that could potentially be boosted by the Palgum go to waste. I do think that this is worth it, however. I think this is a pretty reasonable setup. There's probably some boosts of text that I'm forgetting here that are going to be important. So this plan may adjust in future, but I think for now this is a reasonable setup. I need to get a trade route, so I'm going to quickly... Have I unlocked traders yet? Let me see. No, I have not researched foreign trade. So let me queue up foreign trade, and then I'll come back for mysticism. I have a couple of turns of production I can use in this city. I will quickly grab myself another Sabum Kibitum in this city. I think that's a reasonable move. It'd be good to have that, just to be able to clear out more barbs, and they're a relatively cheap unit that can act as a garrison for amenities as well. Right, we're heading into the next era in a single turn. I'm going to shoot this guy with my archer, and then attack with my spearman, getting a kill, earning me military tactics, which was a quest for one of the city-states. I don't remember who. I think it was Kabul. Yeah, we completed Kabul's city-state quest, so we get 2 envoys with them. So 1 more envoy and we can get suzerainty of them. We have lost suzerainty of Leventa, but that's... Sorry, did we lose suzerainty of Nazca? I can't tell. I thought we had lost suzerainty of Nazca. I don't remember. Maybe a unit died or something. But yeah, we could get suzerainty of Kabul, which would allow me to explore more of the map. Double experience for battles they initiate. Yeah, not that important, but it could be useful. I'm going to send this melee unit to Borsippa to heal faster. They're relatively fast units. The Sabum Kibitum. They're fantastic units for early game endeavors, exploration, all that kind of jazz. Get up onto the hill, because that barb, we don't want to have to fight that barb on flat terrain. Okay, there's a couple of barbs in here. I might have to loop back down to escape this. There's foreign trade. We have access to the trader. I'm going to pop in to Rapakum and queue up a trader because we want that. In terms of dedications, we have a couple of directions we can go. We don't actually earn that much faith, but the extra movement speed of our builders could be really useful. We could secure a religion, and that would actually get us a lot of era score potentially for a golden age. We don't care about free inquiry. Pen, brush, and voice is a pretty decent one. I think it really is between these bottom 3. Okay, so which do I want more than the others? I would need plantation tech. I have plantation tech, so I can place this district. Do I want to go for a religion this game? That's kind of what this hinges on. Religions are great for cultural generation, which is something that Babylon can actually use a decent amount of help with. So I think in that sort of a situation, I do think Exodus the Evangelist is great for the great profit points. Nobody else is earning great profit points, which is absolutely shocking to me. I cannot believe that nobody else has started a religion. So Exodus would be amazing here. And I think that's what I'm going to take, because I have no intentions of buying builders with faith. I don't really have enough faith to make that work, nor do I have enough gold. Babylon is always a civ that struggles with gold because it needs to build so much expensive infrastructure so early into the game. Okay, we met Georgia. Tamar, lovely to meet you, Tamar. I'll check if she wants a delegation. Okay, yep, we'll build another mine right there. Rapakum is doing good work. Another settler is about to pop out of the capital. Borsippa is building a monument. I'm not in a rush to get those galleys, am I? No, I think we're fine as we are, just to keep churning along. They want to buy my iron. I don't want to sell my iron. So there's mysticism, great scientist points, great prophet points, and access to the preserve. More importantly, it gets me an envoy. I'm going to yoink. Well, I have two options here. I think I'll put an envoy into Preslav to get suzerainty of it. That'll get me 2 era score. And, sorry, to get suzerainty of Kabul. That'll get me some era score. And now I can start exploring. I'll probably send this scout back down this way a little bit. Civic-wise, we don't need to get theology right now. I think we can go for defensive tactics to pick up that governor title and recorded history to pick up that governor title. I have a settler heading up here. I want one to settle in here. Pop that mine right there. Securing a little bit more production. Rapakum is up to 10 production per turn, which is on average 2 production per population, which I would call a pretty darn good start. We need to clear this barb camp over here. So I'll start moving units in that direction for that purpose. I'll move my settlers to here and guard him with my spearmen. This Sabum Kibitum is healing down there. And this builder is going to move into position to get this online. Now I would love to get this incense online as well. So I think I might pop out another builder in Rapakum. Builders are very, very important. Always be improving. ABI, it's the rule of Civ. We found the Zhang Yi Dangxia, which is the 3-tile Impossible Natural Wonder. It provides great general and great merchant points if you own at least one of the tiles. Let's go ahead and explore. I don't like that I don't have much exploration to my northeast. Let's go ahead and cross the river. I'll put this Sabum Kibitum in front of my archer to provide cover for him, so that the horseman has to go around and attack and go around, and he can't just go straight at him. That might not seem important, but it can be a useful change to the game. Let's see, I do need to keep in mind that there might be a tile here that won't be secured. Yeah, this tile right here won't be secured, but that's okay. I don't care about that. I'm trying to keep my cities not like extremely spaced, but a little bit of spacing between them feels pretty nice to me. I may actually move this city 1 tile to the right. No, I don't want to move this city 1 tile to the right because it wants access to this tile for this. I was hoping to move it 1 tile to the right because that would actually open up another industrial zone cooperation between these 2 cities, but that's not what I'm going to go for. Beautiful. Another tribal village. That one was the Eureka for mathematics. So I have access to Petra as well as my diplomatic quarter. I actually forgot to place the diplo quarter in my capital. And I think the tile that I want to put it is here, right there. So that feels happy, that feels toasty. We probably don't need the harbor in the capital, and we can probably get away without the commercial hubs. I'm going to just try to focus on generating other yields. Yeah, I don't think we need the commercial hub in the capital. I think we'll focus on those other things instead. Okay, there's defensive tactics. Get you up into position here. Move my archer. We will spawn our city, settle our city right here. Perfect. Now, he's going to be a little bit upset about that, but there's nothing he can really do about it to stop me. And I also just don't care. Now, when it comes to Rapakum, I'm going to go ahead and buy this tile. And I will switch to a builder. Because I have the 30% production boost towards builders plugged in, when I chop here, that will actually finish the builder instantly, allowing me to instantly place the encampment on the tile that I just chopped, and then using the overflow production to finish the trader, whilst being able to improve the incense next turn anyway. So a nice turn of events. In Mashkan Shapir, I'm going to work on a monument. Culture is one of the most important yields in the game. Pingala, I could go for grants, but actually science generation isn't particularly important when you're playing Babylon. It's all about these Eurekas. We need to build that aqueduct. We've got a lot that we need to get through. It's all about the Eurekas. All of your cities should either be generating gold to sustain your incredible economy or generating Eurekas. So what do I want to do with governor titles? I do think that there's something to be said for either Liang or Magnus. There's also something to be said for Amani. We are your friends. Now, this city, how do I feel about this city? I actually quite like this city, so I'm going to go ahead and plunk it right there. We're playing a pretty tall build, because tall in Civ 6 is when there's a lot of tiles in between your cities. That's how tall works in Civ 6. It's not when you don't have a lot of cities, it's when there's a lot of space between them. In that way, Civ 6 is a game where your empire is defined by not by how many cities you have, but by how closely crammed together they are. Whereas in Civ 5, it's very much so like tall versus wide. In Civ 6, it's about how do you describe that? It would be like there's a word for it. I'm trying to think of the word. Wait a minute. Is it possible that we could make dense versus sparse is the difference in Civ 6. Sorry, I was trying to think of it and I couldn't. We actually have a possibility here and we haven't done this in a very long time, for a ultra city fidget spinner industrial zone, which is a rare occurrence that you can get the fidget spinner city layout. Very, very powerful. Very, very useful. Put a commercial hub there. Put a commercial hub. Your mom gave me a commercial chub. No, we'll put a commercial hub right there. Probably a commercial hub right there too. Something like this seems reasonable. Or we can actually do a pair of lumber mills like so in the late game. Yeah, and this looks pretty okay to me, in my opinion. I'm pretty happy with this city layout. It'll look something like this eventually, so that we have high production gold generation cities, which is what you need when you're playing Babylon. Is this exactly what I'm going to build? Probably not. Okay, let's have a look at the city of Mari. We immediately go for the monument because of that, and I kind of forgot that I was supposed to pick a governor. I think I'm just going to make a flippant choice, make Magnus. And see, we have a chop, and a chop. Although maybe it would be good to put this in Mari. And if we were to chop, we could potentially get the Etamananki really fast. So let me go ahead and queue up a builder in the capital. The sooner we get them over to Mari, the better. We're also going to need a source of cash here. How much can I get for jade? I can get 126 gold, which is not that much in the grand scheme of things. So what about iron? Maybe I could sell off a little bit of iron here and make some cash. Yeah, I can get 129 gold. That's going to let me buy some tiles. Wouldn't be a bad idea to plug in the tile purchasing card too. Okay, let's kill this horse. Gadoosh. We'll attack this barb camp and we will make a plantation. Let's transform the trader to the capital because I want to start making trade routes internally for my capital. It's important that I grow that city. We're going to clear this for era score +3. Perfect. We got the trader in Rapakum. Now, what do I need to build here? So I don't need this city to level up particularly fast, but what I will need is a holy site. So let me buy that tile, place the holy site. I have a couple of builder charges. It would be nice if we got the granary in here to grow, but I think it's more important that I get the holy site done. I've got a 2-charge builder. I'm going to run him down to Mari. Wait, did I not take Magnus? Oh, sorry, I forgot to put Magnus in Mari. This builder is also moving over towards Mari because our goal is to try to chop out the Etamananki in 1 or 2 turns to try and secure it. I do think it would be very, very good in the city of Mari from a production and science standpoint. Oh, my poor scout got murdered as he was exploring. Now, I could trade with Nazca to get a envoy, but I don't think that's actually what I want to do. I don't feel like this trade route is particularly safe, so that's not going to be a move. I will send this Sabum Kibitum down here to grab that. Although the gold would be really nice, as is the faith. I think I'm more interested in building up my capital city, in particular from a food perspective. So I'm going to lay a trade route to Rapakum first. And there is the currency technology unlocked, which is excellent, giving us access to the commercial hub. That, of course, is getting boosted when you make your first trade route. Yeah, we need the feudalism civic. We're probably not too far off it because our culture is extremely strong. We did find Yerevan. We do have an envoy. They want me to train a trebuchet. Kabul wants a trade route. Government Plaza. I could pop this into Geneva. Would love to pop this into Geneva, actually. That would get me 2 envoys with them. It's unlikely for me to recruit a great rider for quite a while. +2 era score from building a galley is excellent. We also got engineering, the catapult. Our goal is to win a science victory as soon as possible. Okay, we got a galley, so we're going to start exploring with it. We have another galley en route. We don't quite have harbors yet because we haven't gotten a builder down here to Borsippa to do that. I will finish the I'll finish the granary, I need another builder actually. I need a builder to send down to Borsippa. I'm going to improve the horses because I can't get rid of that tile, so it's probably a good idea to improve it. It's a good use of a builder charge. It makes the city slightly better. We have a great person as an option. Let's go ahead and grab Zoroaster. There's only one other religion that's been founded. Hopefully we can make this work. What religion did they take? They haven't yet placed it, which is interesting. Okay, I don't need naval tradition right now. I think I'm going to wait to research theology until I found a religion. So I guess I will research naval tradition so as to buy me time to A, found a religion and build an encampment, which will boost both of these, because I need to generate as much culture as humanly possible. I don't need any more boosts for Magnus. So I think a good follow-up leader is potentially Moksha here for the passive religious spread from Rapakum, and then probably Liang after that. I need to start thinking about my government plaza. Nice, so we got the free chariot. Okay, let's pop it to Mari, and we will... Right. We will place the Edamananki, and then we'll... Oh, I misclicked. God damn it. If that costs me the wonder, I will reload. That was a very, very bad misclick. This is why we need the rewind ability. So I will harvest there. That'll take 18 turns off that. I won't spend any gold on these until I feel like I'm ready to. I will sell off my strategics for raw gold. And now I actually feel safe to buy tiles, but we'll see how that unrolls. All right, so where is this settler going? I think it goes here on this river tile. We have some pretty low quality land, sadly. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more cities. I don't even think this city's worth settling anymore. I mean, it's probably still worth settling. And the sooner we get it done, the better. So let's queue up those settlers and just get it out of the way right now. I've got a couple more settlers to go. I need to start thinking about my second industrial zone soon. I misclicked again, dude. What is happening? I'm so close to reloading that. If that costs me, I'm gonna be mad. If it costs me the wonder. I feel like I felt like I was trying, oh my god. I was trying to click here, and I clicked here somehow, I don't know. So it might be my mouse. It feels like I'm trying to click in the right place, and then the game is like sending units to the wrong place. I don't know if it might be a me thing, maybe it's my mouse. Maybe I need to clean my mouse buttons or something. Mashkan Shapir has finished its monument. One of the things that the city is probably going to need is a builder. I think it would be good if we got the Palgum. There's a lot of food and production in that building. Yeah, I'll probably go Palgum into Granary in here or something like it. I'll definitely get a commercial hub. So I'll just get that placed for now because then that way I lock in its price. There's Celestial Navigation. We have the harbor going. Now in Borsippa, I will play that harbor because if I remember correctly, I do want a harbor for some reason in the late game, but I don't remember why. We need a classical era or later wonder, and we are going for the Edamananki. I'm going to chop that out now, which is an ancient era wonder, and that will make the city quite a bit better. I do like the fact that we managed to yoink that Edamananki. That'll be +2 science and +1 production on all marsh tiles, as well as +1 science and +1 production on all floodplain cities, or floodplain tiles for this city. We'll go ahead and finish that monument as well with the overflow, although perhaps I would be happier if I finished the Palgum with the overflow in this city. I think that would be really, really nice. Okay, let's go ahead and drop this right here. I will also build a pasture right there, and I'm going to go ahead and found a religion. I need to choose my technology research. I probably need to do education because it's unlikely that I will get a great scientist, so I'll research that one. How unlikely is it that I get a great scientist? Extremely unlikely, because I haven't prioritized getting great scientists in this game. I've been prioritizing other things. I will soon get shipbuilding. Feudalism will come from my strong culture. I can just build an aqueduct. I have archers queued up in my cities. So I think generally things are kind of like looking the way that I want them to. Now, the city of Rapakum, I'm going to go ahead and build the encampment because I want to boost the military training civic in the culture tree. The Palgum has been finished in Mari. Let's go ahead and grab that monument for the culture. Karkar has been settled, so we'll also grab the monument in there. Now I can choose to set up my religion. Oh, looks like a whole bunch of religions got set up while I was waiting for that holy site to finish, which does not feel good because I wanted choral music. I would have also taken Feed the World. I wanted a way to get extra culture here. I was hoping to take choral music, but I can live without it. I guess I will just Found Judaism, that's fine. Zen meditation is great for this build where I'm not going for a whole lot of faith generation. Yeah, I'll take Zen meditation. And I think I might take World Church here. I think that's going to be the way that we go. I want amenities and culture from this religion. I was hoping to go for choral music plus World Church, but I'll take Zen meditation. The amenities are perfectly reasonable. It's just like +1 amenity in every city that I spread my religion to, plus a whole bunch of era score. We've already secured a normal age. Another settler is finished. Right, so my builder in Borsippa. Oh, so Borsippa needs Magnus here. I don't want to build anything in this city without Magnus present. I'm going to... where do I send this builder? I think getting this Jade online would be a good move. Let's bring this galley up. I'm 2 turns away from another galley, which is another tech unlock. But the classical era ends in 9 turns. Jesus Christ, that felt like a quick classical era. I guess, oh God, 70 science on Egypt. That is... Wait, no way. Where are you getting the science from? There's not even 8 science on this campus. Okay, fair. 8 science on this campus. Hold on. 6 science on this campus. 16, 24. Yeah, I guess that does make sense. 73 science is kind of crazy. I'm very shocked about that. Kind of glad it's not deity. Jesus. All right, we got the monument in Mari. Which city is going to be building the aqueduct? I guess I will build the aqueduct in Mari because my capital is tied up building settlers. Let me go ahead and reassign Magnus down to Borsippa. I'll need to get a builder down there eventually too. All right, we're working on a few things. Let's go ahead. There's shipbuilding completed. We got our second galley. We'll send you up north. You'll go ahead and heal in Karkar. Actually, you know what? I can take Embalon and just keep fighting with you. Borsippa finished. Let's grab the granary because you want to work more tiles. Boom, boom, boom. Classical era ends in 7 turns. We got +1 era score. Boom. Let's go ahead and research theology for the envoy, and then we'll go for drama and poetry because it's already boosted. That'll unlock a few more things this way. I do kind of need a second holy site to go for divine right. We'll think about it. Let's buy the jade tile and go boom. Okay, let's pop an envoy into Preslav and Leventa to secure their suzerainties. Perfect. That will get me +2 era score on both counts. I'm trying to think about how I get more era score in just the 5 turns left in this era. We did meet Japan. That's another point of era score. I need to get 4 era score in this time frame. So I can get some era score by upgrading to a spearman, a high adjacency district, a wonder, aqueduct government plaza. Oh, it's quite tough to make this all work. I'm going to need a little bit of time to think about this. Right, let's have a look. Right, so this trader has created a trading post in Rapikum. So I'll trade through Rapikum to Haolu to try to keep extending my trade range. Although actually, if I trade with Rapikum, I do get Judaism spread, so I will go for that again. I'll just repeat that trade route. This trader over here is moving to the east to claim this city spot. It's a kind of a crappy tundra city, but it is a necessity of spreading my empire. All right, I'll pull the Sabum Kibitum back so the settler can continue on. I'll pull this settler down south. Okay, I need another Sabum Kibitum. We've unlocked drama and poetry, so we have access to the theater square. Now, let's have a look at this. We could go for civil service to unlock alliances. I think getting guilds is reasonable here. We're unlikely to do the boost for civil service. Guilds might happen, although probably not in the time frame that it needs to. All right, let's move 1 tile to the right, and we'll take the battle cry promotion to heal you. And we'll link these units together. Military engineering is completed, so we have the armory. I don't remember what unlocks that. Was it the encampment or the aqueduct? I think it was building the aqueduct that did that. We need a classical era or later wonder to be built to do this. And I think that will be the Colosseum that we go for there. So with the encampment completed in Rapikum, I'm going to grab the granary because I want the housing, because the city is going to stall its 6 population because it'll have a lack of housing. So I'll grab the granary, and that will allow us to potentially get to 7 population to place the next district down. I'll follow this up with a palgum to secure food We got the aqueduct in Mari. We don't need the granary right now. I think it could be good if I spent a tiny chunk of cash and started the industrial zone in here, because this city is going to lack production unless I get that industrial zone going. Plus, I want to get my second industrial zone so that I can go for industrialization and get another +1 production on all my mines. I should have taken out the settler card actually, because I think we're done settling cities, so I'll do that soon. We've got 2 more cities that we want to settle, and then that's us finished, I think, with regards to settling. Okay, the classical era ends in 1 turn. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get the era score I was hoping for. It's fine. I'd say we got pretty good value out of this golden age. Perhaps we will purchase a couple missionaries to spread our religion right before the era ends, because they will get extra spread charges. We'll start a monument in this brand new newly settled city, and we can start the process of fighting here. This guy does have the battle cry promotion, so he should perform pretty well against these barbs, even without the promotion, the kill barb cards. Okay, we got a delegation from this guy. A couple of wonders have been built. None of the wonders that I care too much about have been built. There's machinery, so we can get the Kilwa. Kilwa would be nice this game. It's not necessary, however. Let's go ahead and settle this city. +3 era score. Yeah, if we had gotten that a couple turns sooner, might have been able to secure a golden age, but unfortunately, just the way things worked out, it didn't quite go that way for me. I'm going to go for Exodus the Evangelists now, because I just got some missionaries who can kind of do that whole spreading of the religion thing, and I'll buy 1 more missionary. This one will only be a 3 charge, which is fine. So Babylon has completed some stuff. Now, I don't know where feudalism is, but I would like to crank out a couple of builders here before I go into the Colosseum construction. I've got 3 farms I want to lay down here. We got to keep the capital growing. Borsippa has finished its granary. It's growing decently well. Let's get to work on that harbor. We do need to build that harbor. Ashuna is going to go straight for the monument. There's a little bit of a loyalty loss in here, which is not the end of the world. You stay fortified there while you get attacked. You pop into that city to heal, and you retreat. Welcome to the World Congress. New districts built by me will act as culture bombs, and it would be nice if melee units had extra combat strength. I will vote for both of those, although I don't care about the outcomes for the second one. Chandragupta won that one, surprisingly. Was not the outcome I was expecting. Okay, we got the granary in Mashkan Shapir. Let's go ahead and grab a builder. I don't have the 50 gold to change things. We got the monument in here. We need the granary to grow this city. Go ahead and spread the religion to the capital. I'll need a couple of missionaries to work on that. You spread it to here. Perfect. That's +2 era score for spreading our religions. That's part of our goals. Jebel Barkal was built by another player. A barb has entered the city of Karkar, don't really care. You're going to retreat. Pop over here. Evangelize in the capital. Evangelize. Perfect. Or proselytize, rather. Spread the religion. Promulgate? Whatever, I don't know. Religious verb. Right, so Babylon. You got your builder. Let's start laying down those farms. Boom. Build a nice farm triangle here, because we need to get 6 farms built to boost feudalism so that we can find it in the randomized tech tree. Okay, there's civil service. That is going to trigger a change in my government. We're going to get rid of colonization. We're going to paste in Ilkum, and I'm going to plug in retainers. I think that retainers is the best move next. It allows me to convert my early military into amenities. Now, speaking of amenities, I'm going to pop in here and buy a couple of these. I have excess amenities. I'm going to go ahead and sell them. I'm going to also sell my strategics. And since the World Congress just happened, I'm going to sell off my Diplo favor as well. No one seems to have any money, so now we're making 46 gold per turn by converting our spare resources into income. Let's lay down the entertainment complex. It does use up a highly productive tile, but that is, you know, the way of it. We'll grab military training, because it'll give me an envoy, and it leads to potentially other things. We can go ahead and grab Isidore of Miletus, who will make grabbing the Colosseum a lot easier. I will send 2 envoys to Nagazargamu to get suzerainty of them. That's +2 era score. We're nailing out a whole bunch of era score. I feel unsafe with the position that I'm in with regards to the settler. It'll have to be a delayed city for a turn or 2, but we converted another city, getting us more era score. Tamar, that's coffee. Amenities, we have 3 happy cities, and you fortified there, you're fine. You head down and convert Borsippa. Military training is completed. We can jump forward here and settle this city at long last. And we will go ahead and grab this monument. You pop into that city to heal. And I'll move these archers forward to begin the process of killing these barbs. Hopefully, we survive here. I don't know. We can begin researching feudalism. That's what we wanted for those builders. Pop in here, drop the farm. Pop in here, we'll chop out the entertainment complex. Isidore is in position. We have an envoy we can send. Bologna would be great. I will put a point. I do have the double first envoy, so I'll put that into Bologna. That's a load of Bologna. Keep spreading our religion. I'm hoping that my chariot survives this attack here. He did just heal 10 health, and if he attacks, it should be good for me. Okay, a builder popped out here. Let's go ahead and get the pasture online. I'm going to go ahead and place the aqueduct in here. If we can quickly grab a warrior to act as a garrison in more of these cities, we will. Those are worth amenities. Shoot him. Can you also get the kill? Oh, not quite, but he is really softened up. You pop in here, try to convert Nazca. We will chop here. And that'll finish the entertainment complex this turn, which is fantastic. Do a little exploring. We have met Cleopatra. It's an honor to meet. We'd love to sample your hospitality. I am curious to see if Cleopatra has luxuries. If she does, I'll take that luxury to slightly boost the happiness of my empire. And we'll see how the AI reacts. Okay, we have access to universities now. That means we finished that technology. All three of these techs that we're waiting on, we will be able to boost. We will soon switch into Divine Right on a temporary basis just to trigger that. So I'm thinking I will start the research of Divine Right, which means I should research medieval fairs. I'll finish feudalism because feudalism will research stirrups, and the buttress will be built once I have the arena. Oh, I got the arena for free, which means that's right, because I'm playing Babylon. I get the arena for free. So we can place the Colosseum and immediately basically two-turn it with this great engineer. Sorry, Colosseum, not Mausoleum. I don't know, brain is just so used to building that thing. So I'll just click on buttresses because we will finish it soon. The Palgum in Rapacum is finished. I'm going to go ahead and place the aqueduct over the cattle because we don't care about the cattle. What is important to be built in Rapacum? If I'm looking at this city, if I zoom out, we're working one unimproved tile. Yeah, so I think starting, well, I don't want to start a builder just yet. So I think I'll grab the temple for the +8 faith per turn. That is a useful amount of faith. Will eventually lead to good things. Mashkin Shapir, I could use my gold to buy the horse tile over here and then go and prove it. Remember, horses are things we can sell to the other AIs. We'll convert Nazca, perfect. It's converted to our religion now. You're going to move one tile to the right and then shoot this guy. This archer, let me hide these pins. This archer right here will shoot you. You're staying fortified, although there is something to be said for looking for the kills. So I'm going to step you forward to give me an extra flanking bonus, and then we'll get that kill. Perfect. Let's get our 2 galleys to flank this barbarian galley, and we'll attack him twice. Boop, boop, boop. My diplomatic delegation brings me a small gift of papyrus from the new ISIS. Welcome. Your delegation is welcome. Cleopatra. We've got the industrial zone in Mari. We're going to work on the workshop because that'll finish industrialization for us. We're going to shoot this warrior. Then we should be able to kill him with an attack. You're going to heal. My archer is going to start making his way down south so we can clear that barb camp to the south. We'll finish the Colosseum this turn with the Isidore of Miletus. The Colosseum gives us 2 culture, 2 loyalty, and 2 amenities to every city center within 6 tiles, which means the production and happiness in the local area will have gone up significantly. Now, something we need is garrisons so that we can make use of the retainer's ability for our city. So in the capital, I'm going to crank out 2 warriors. But in order to do that, I need to keep selling my iron so that I don't try to accidentally build man-at-arms or something. I totally forgot to place the aqueduct in the capital, so I'll do that now. Okay, excellent. That is going. Boom, boom, boom. I will eventually harvest this quarry here, but not right now. Instead, I'll go probably get this hill prepared to be a mine. Tons of era score from spreading our religion. So I was able to chain that golden age into a normal age, into a golden age. So Babylon grows. We hit level 10 population in it, which is excellent. That's another district we can place. There's also a little bit of a forest fire over here, which ain't so bad. I'm going to move this warrior down south to Borsippa to provide garrisons. Okay, the enemy man-at-arms is annoying. We'll convert Ashuna. I'll send this warrior down to Mari to act as a garrison, and I will start the construction of another warrior. I have the option of upgrading you to a crossbow, which will make it much more easier to deal with this man-at-arms. Let's try to convert Preslav now. Perfect. And then we'll probably send this missionary up into... So right now what I'm doing is I'm spreading my religion because I get +1 culture for every 4 followers of the religion. So I don't need to evangelize. What I really need to do is to spread my religion. And it looks like it'd be very easy to spread my religion up into Vietnam, because I don't think they got their own religion this game. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Stirrups is finished because we researched feudalism. So my pastors are now worth +1 food, and we have access to knights. Feudalism is completed, which will trigger me to plug in the serfdom card. There is something to be said that maybe urban planning isn't the best thing in the world right now, but I'm going to keep it. I will go for the aqueduct in my capital. Although what I really need is another builder in here, because I have so many tile improvements I need to make and so much stuff I need to change. I'll make another warrior, and I'll send this one down to Kar Shamash. This warrior can stay in the capital as a garrison for an amenity. Now, you're a little bit weaker, but you should have some good defense. You will get attacked and killed if you stay there, so I'm going to move you to there. We got the granary in Karkar. I'm going to go ahead and build ancient walls so the city can kind of fight back against any barb invasions. Although actually it's pretty safe for me to go ahead and start the harbor in here. I think there's a very viable campus here. I think there's a harbor right there. Potential for a mausoleum is strong if we could do it. It's not a bad city. There's a lot of coastal tiles, and the actual land tiles themselves are not so amazing. So I think this is a pretty reasonable place for me to try to go for a mausoleum. And so I will get to work on that harbor in Karkar. We found Kandy. They want a trade route. Actually, time to double check all the city-state quests. So someone wants a trebuchet, construct a government plaza. A lot of people want trade routes, which I don't really have trade routes at the moment. We'll improve this pasture. So that's a 3 food, 3 production tile. And I would say my empire is starting to come along in a very nice way. All right. This poor unit took a hit that he wasn't able to sustain. And we'll let this man-at-arms approach us before we march on. Right, we got the temple in Rapakum. That's +8 faith per turn, which means we can now get our apostles pretty soon. I'm going to get started in a builder in here because we do have a bunch of tiles that we want to improve. Mashkan Shapir has sent warriors down south. Sent 3. I mean, you've done an amazing job in building me the garrisons that I need, so go ahead and get me 1 more for yourself. Nope, I need 2 more actually. Sometimes it's okay to sacrifice the cities long term to sort of achieve a goal that will also serve your entire empires long term, and then you can kind of return the favor to that city later on in the game. Sort of this city takes a hit for now, but in the long term, it will provide a return. I'm going to send a builder down to Borsippa, and I will queue up another builder in the capital that we can get in 1 turn. Because I never got the chops in with Magnus and Borsippa, and we're about ready to turn this into a gold generation city and then move Magnus out of there. Kind of got, I'm getting what I consider to be decision crunched, is how I would describe it. We need to build 2 universities, own 2 crossbows, build an armory, build a university adjacent to a mountain. Let me switch to builder here, and then I will chop. Well, no, I will chop next turn. It's fine. There's a lot of things we need to do. We need to build 2 universities. I'm going to go ahead and appoint Reyna because I want her to sit in Borsippa soon. I'm going to get my 2nd crossbow now. That's +1 arrow score. And we got metal casting. So we have pike and shot as well as the bombard. We need to own 2 trebuchets in order to boost siege tactics. So that will be something we get to work on soon, I promise. It's all about just finding time. Go ahead and chop here. We'll get this aqueduct up. I will place the campus and I will place the government plaza. We need both, but I will finish the aqueduct, then I'll get the government plaza, then I'll get the campus because we need that university. Pretty quick smart. All right, we've got a whole bunch of stuff on the right here. Religious conversion, Granada, barbarians are nearest Shunna, that's fine. Ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-bam. Meekan actually temple has been built by another player. Let's convert Fan Long. So for the sake of Babylon, I'm going to swap this tile over. And I'm going to improve it. I want as many mines as possible in Babylon. I need the production. If my city doesn't have the production that I need, it will suck. All right, we got industrialization. We got factory, coal power plant. +1 production on industrialization. Production from the mine. We got the coal power plant, the factory. That's perfect. So industrialization was a gateway tech. So we need to kill a unit with a knight. That would have been nice to have known. I'll have to bring this chariot back to get it upgraded. Build 2 banks. Have 2 forts in our territory, kill a unit with a knight, have the Enlightenment Civic, build 2 shipyards. I am kind of working on that. Build a niter mine and build 2 neighborhoods. Building 2 neighborhoods might be hard, but I do need to build an armory for one of these. I will place the industrial zone, but I'll work on the armory. We've got the workshop in Mari, which is perfect. So we could theoretically go for the factory right now if we wanted to. We could get the Ruhr Valley going in Babylon. I think while I would love that, I think I need to prioritize getting the Well, it would make my capital absurd. So I think, yeah, we're actually, yeah, I've changed my mind. We're going to go for the factory and the coal power plant here to try to boost this city up. The workshop is completed in Maori, like I said. Let's grab that granary because we're almost at our growth limit. My culture is very strong. Do I want more culture is the question. No, but I will place the commercial hub, queue up a builder, and I got to think about my next district. I'll probably plonk a theater square. Well, it's a +3 right there, but it is on the floodplain. I'd rather just take the +2. So I tell you what I will do. I will go builder into commercial hub. The monument is completed in total. I need a builder in here. I need the palgum and the granary. I don't think a city can really afford to make builders right now. It's got to work on its basic infrastructure. All right, let's improve that niter mine. That will finish rifling for us. We'll convert Fan Long. Got missionaries working away. I'll chop here to finish the government plaza, which does get me an envoy. We discovered coal. Fascinating right here. Excellent. And we have an envoy that we can play around with. I will send it to Granada, purely just because it'll get doubled. I'm not ready to assign Reina, but I will take the Harbour Master promotion on her. Let's see if we can convert Bologna just a little bit. We don't necessarily need it to convert immediately, but if we can put that little bit of extra pressure on it, that will be fantastic. All right, let's shoot this guy twice. You fall back to heal. Got the monument in Ashuna. Let's go for the palgum and the granary to develop that city. I accidentally went and built a man-at-arms in Mashkan Shapir. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. I was hoping to use that iron on a different unit. All right, we're going to pop a mine in the capital. That's a 2 food 4 production tile. The capital's production is up to 58. I'm going to yoink all of these tiles because we do want to use them eventually. So we're getting 12.7 culture from our religious beliefs. I'm going to chop here to finish the harbour, and then I'm going to place the commercial hub on the tile that I just chopped, and we'll try to chop that out. We got the lighthouse in this city, meaning that we can get a traders from somewhere when we get a chance. Money interested in people worthy of my time. You're obviously one of them. Interesting. I was expecting that to be a diss. So there's monarchy. We're going to adopt monarchy, not because it's good, but because it is in the direction of good. So we want to keep retainers, serfdom, urban planning. Then we have sort of, this is where like our choices open up a little bit. I'm going to take Merchant Confederation for the gold and conscription for the gold. So a slight improvement to my gold economy. And I will get to work on the audience chamber because those +2 amenities are actually important. Now that we have Divine Right, we want to go straight to Merchant Republic for that 15% production towards districts. It's really nice. And the 10% gold in all cities. I don't think monarchy is particularly good here. Plus the distribution of 2 economic and a wild card here is better. Theocracy ain't bad, don't get me wrong, but I just think Merchant Republic is better. Okay, so we've boosted all of these technologies. Square rigging is the one that I'm a little bit suspect of me being able to pull off. That and printing. So I'm going to queue up printing first because I could probably do square rigging. No, I think square rigging is the one I'm least likely to be able to do. We'll convert Hui, Huey, whatever it's called. Don't want to trade with you guys. Probably should get an alliance with you. Let's declare friendship, send a delegation, research alliance with you, boom. And then I need to start trading with him. And because I need to start trading with him, I'm going to buy a trader in the capital because I want to increase the rate at which our friendship increases. It would be nice if we could get a level 2 alliance. I think it's chemistry that gets boosted by that. All right, we've surrounded this galley. He is in danger. I hate that there was coal right there. Let's chop here. That'll finish the commercial hub. I have one more chop in this city before I switch in Reina. The scout has done a great job exploring the world for me. Okay, civil engineering has been boosted. We'll kill you. We got the commercial hub in here. So perfect. This is now my gold generation city. The only thing I'm thinking about chopping out, it'd be nice if we could get the Colossus for that +1 trade route capacity. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that in there. Karshamash, I will go for the palgum and the granary. We need builders to come from afar for these kind of newly settled cities. They need assistance. I will take tax collector on Reina, so we can have a city that generates an absurd amount of gold. You're going to fall back a tile. You're going to shoot here, and you're going to step in here. We'll make sure all these units are sort of in a nice block, providing each other with support bonuses. Units that stand adjacent to each other help each other in combat. We're going to harvest this for food, and so we can place a mine on top of that because I don't want pastures right now. And I'll remove this farm for the coal mine. I want to trade with India, specifically for the alliance points. So now if I check my alliance with India, we're getting 1.25 alliance points per turn. So our alliance is leveling up 25% faster. I forgot about the alliance thing, but hopefully I have done it early enough into the game where it'll actually benefit me. Okay, quarry improvements receive +1 production. We are heading into a new era soon. We will be getting a golden age. Let's shoot this guy twice. We'll retreat Nope, sorry, we'll retreat you through. We'll move you up to take up his spot. The armory has been completed, which was the trigger for gunpowder. I'm going to quickly build a trebuchet, a pair of trebuchets in here. And to make sure that they don't get turned into bombards, I'm going to sell off my niter. There's my man-at-arms. He can chill there and keep this city happy. And I'll crack out a couple of builders here to get these tiles improved and just generally get more build charges in my empire. I'm trying to do a lot all at the same time. And I'm trying to get it all to come together in a nice, dance of production. Is difficult. Let's go ahead and chop there. That'll take a few turns off that Colossus. And we'll move this bad boy around. Perfect. It's all coming up Millhouse. +1 era score. We love it. There's exploration. 10% gold in all cities. 15 production towards districts. So the Merchant Republic is good to go. We're going to switch over to Merchant Republic. And more or less our government is going to stay the same. But I'm going to move this card up. I will move the conscription card down into my wild card slot. Although actually I can do Republican Legacy now, which is +1 housing and +1 amenity in every city, which is very strong. I'll plug back in urban planning because that small trickle of production, it doesn't seem like much, but it really does help. Serfdom is completed. We've got retainers. Or serfdom is in. Yeah, I'm really happy with this government. The only thing that you might criticize me on is diplomatic league. It might be good now to plug in charismatic leader because I've got envoys with the majority of city-states now. Let's fall back with you. We will kill this guy. Let's grab diplomatic service. It is time to start getting spies. We can start stealing boosts and stuff like that. And stealing tech boosts for us does just yeet us through the tech tree. We got the factory in Babylon. We're going to start the coal power plant now because that's a huge production increase. And we do have the coal online. We'll improve this coal as well, and then we'll swap that tile back to Babylon. Unfortunately, I think my scout, after his many centuries of exploration, is about to get murdered by a barbarian swordsman, which does not feel good. The medieval era ends in 5 turns. We're absolutely churning through these eras, it feels like to me. Okay, perfect. We got a diplomatic service. We want Vessel Banking to be plugged in now, to the point where I don't care about charismatic leader as much as Vessel Banking, because I want that 0.25 per turn. In alliance. So now our alliance is increasing at 50% the rate that it was. Now, what is next? I think I would like the governor title from guilds, so I'll pick that up, and then I want the envoy from mercenaries, so I'll kind of pick those two up. They'll get done really quick. The first trebuchet has been completed. I'll just park it there. Seems comfortable. I will harvest the stone to finish the coal power plant. Get the +2 era score, and then we got refining too. So we have access to oil now, and we did discover some oil in the water. And also, amazingly, there's oil underneath this district, so we're already getting oil in, which is perfect. Okay, so refining is completed. We need a government with 8 policies, build an industrial era wonder later. So that will be the Ruhr Valley that we plan to build right now. It'll take 10 turns, and the Ruhr Valley is insane because it's +20% production in the city and +1 production for every mine and quarry. Babylon is crazy good at getting that wonder at an absurd pace. Let's convert Bologna. Perfect. We'll go ahead and improve that mine right there. Get those strategics online. Boost us up. First civilization in the world to consume a power. Excellent. So that's +3 era score. We have way too much era score. The commercial hub is completed in Mari. I don't need a dam. Famous last words, by the way. Editor, remember, later on in this episode, if I cry about my things getting flooded, just cut back to the part where I said I don't need a dam, okay? You know what? I don't give a damn. I'm going to go ahead and build a market because I want the trade route. The trade route will allow me to expand my empire's gold capabilities and also allow me to continue to develop my capital city. Taking a look at Tutul, I will place the commercial hub to lock in its price because when you place a district, its price is locked in, and then I'll move over here to chop the aqueduct tile. But yeah, we definitely need to finish that granary. I'm not going to kill this barb camp because I actually want it to be killed by a musketman if I can make that happen. Now, unfortunately, I do need to sell a little bit of my niter here real quick just to prevent me getting enough niter to make this trebuchet convert into a bombard, making it more expensive. I'm also going to put a lumber mill right here. That will get me an era score plus a boost for mass production, getting me access to the shipyard as well as the Venetian arsenal. No, I don't remember where that tech was. It was over here, mass production. I'm going to start researching printing because it's likely that I'm going to kill a unit with a musketman. Owning 2 trebuchets will happen. The guild's civic, I'm literally researching it right now. Building a university adjacent to a mountain will happen in the capital after the Ruhr Valley is finished. I'm going to assign Reina to Boursipa. And I'm going to grab Magnus and I'm going to plug him into Mashkan Shapir. I will come in here with gold. I'll buy this tile and this tile. And I'll send this builder to go chop this tile so I can place a campus here and get it built really quick. Trading with Preslav is a fantastic choice. It gets me an envoy as well as really good, just powerful trade route for the capital. The more food, more production, more gold I can shove into the capital, the better. There's siege tactic completed. I think that was my second trebuchet. We also got cartography. I don't remember what got cartography. Might be something to do with harbors. Bisheng is fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and yoink him. So we've got the 2 trebuchets. What can you contribute towards? 2 shipyards are required, as are 2 banks. We definitely need a spy, so I'll use this city to get me a spy. We got the harbor here. Go ahead and I will purchase the lighthouse because that gets me the trade route. And then I will slow build this I will slow build the mausoleum. So I need to hold on to my gold now, because if I spend it a little bit too willy-nilly, it won't be good. Let's convert track Q. Excellent. Yet more era score. I've accumulated enough fate to buy an apostle. I will buy the apostle. That'll allow me to evangelize my religion. Okay, there's banking. We need to build 2 banks. We also got access to the craftsman civic, so I would like to plug that production in, but unfortunately I just don't have room in my government right now for that card. So I have to kind of live without it. Let's do evangelization. I think the mosque is a fantastic pickup here because it allows me to spread my religion, which allows me to get more culture for every 4 followers of the religion. So I'll confirm that, and then I'll just pop in here, build that mosque for the extra faith, which will allow me to get the apostle and to grab my next evangelization. Appoint Liang, and I'm going to pop her into Karkar. Karkar will be my fishery city. Right, I'm sitting on 2 envoys. I don't have the envoy doubling card for the first envoy card plugged in. I could take Suzerainty of Granada. I don't think I need it. I think the best return on investment here would be Hunza. So what I will do is I'll pop in here. I'll pop out Merchant Confederation for a turn. And I will pop in the Diplomatic League card. And now if I put an envoy into Hunza, it'll be doubled. And then if I put another envoy into Hunza, we get up to level 2 relationship with them. So I will get +2 gold in the capital market and lighthouse buildings and +4 gold in every bank, shipyard and consulate building. And that should lead to a lot of extra gold in Borsovet because we plan to build all of those buildings. Now, yeah, I'll need to remember to switch that out. Take a drink if I forget. The Potato McWhiskey drinking game. Let's go ahead and chop out this builder. It's perfect. And we will queue up the aqueduct on that tile for the next turn. Well, sorry, let me do it like this. Ooh, I think I would rather chop. I'd rather have you in position to do a chop here. So we can chop out this campus in basically a single turn. 100% production towards buildings in the city center is fine by me. Double great engineering points kind of suits me nicely. I'll vote that up pretty highly because I have a lot of industrial zones, which means I'll get a lot of great engineers, which means I'll do a lot with regards to a space race victory. I do have a golden age. Campuses were boosted, annoying, although I hopefully I get my stuff refunded. And great scientists were doubled. 50% gold discount on all units, culture and yeah, we don't really care about that. I'm going to pop you out, plug back in Merchant Confederation, and we are good to go. We're going to make a dedication. We can do Monumentality, Exodus of the Evangelists, Hixant Dracrones, or Reform the Coinage. So kind of like thinking about these options here, I don't really generate enough faith to make use of Monumentality here. Exodus is nice for spreading my religion to continue to develop culture. Reform the Coinage is nice for gold. I think I take Exodus here to spread my religion for culture. I feel like, I don't think it's an optimal move, but I think it is a move. Let's go ahead and upgrade this chariot to a knight because we want to get a kill with a knight to boost military science. However, before I do that, I need to upgrade one of my units here into a musketman. Can I sell anything here? Yeah, no one has any money right now. Earn a great artist. Theocracy. Liberalism is fantastic. I'm thinking I might move in that direction. Mercantilism is nice too, not super important. Humanism isn't so important for me. So I think what I will do is I will just I'll queue up all of these. None of these are very consequential. And I don't think I can make these boosts happen. Well, maybe the Great Merchant one. Let me have a look. I could make the Great Merchant one happen. So I tell you what, I will do that one last so that it's so it has the best chance it can be to be boosted. Boosted. We'll wait 2 more turns with Magnus in the city so we can chop with efficiency. And in the meantime, we'll just work on an aqueduct. Coming over to Mari, we got a market. That is more traders. So I'll go ahead and queue up 2 traders here. It's got to be done somewhere, so it may as well be here. I'll build the ancient walls in here so we can chip away at this musketman that's standing on the mausoleum that I want to build. Can't build districts while a unit is standing on it. And I'll put an envoy into Granada. So I'm actually, now that I'm level 3 with 4 city-states, 4 militaristic city-states, I'm actually getting plus, what is this, 1... What is that? 3 production, 3 production, 3 production, 3. I'm getting plus 12 production in Rapacum towards units. So I might actually unqueue these traders and queue up the granary here. And honestly, the best place to build these is over here because it's getting a huge production boost towards units. Important to note, this boost does not say when producing military units. It says when producing units, right? Now, what that means is literally everything under this category counts as a unit. It includes settlers. Okay, everything in here is a unit. It's important to note. Militaristic city-states have a lot of really, really good benefits. I'm going to improve this camp, and I'll also improve this camp. Tutul. Doing okay. I think when mercantilism is finished, our camps will get better. Yeah, +1 production, +1 foods. That's why I'm building those camps. Did anyone actually build Artemis this game? Yeah, somebody built Artemis, so I can't build it anymore. Sometimes it is worth it to check occasionally, because sometimes somebody didn't build it. Sometimes the AI just doesn't bother. I need like 80 gold. Can I pick that up? Nobody has any gold in the bank. You've already extracted all their wealth. That's okay. The granary has been completed in Mari. Let's get to work on the bank. The bank leads to a boost eventually. Okay, let's chop through the aqueduct. The campus is 6 turns away. We chop the tile we want to put the campus on. Now it's 4 turns away. We place the campus and then we chop again and boom, the campus is finished in a single turn, getting us in free library. We start the university, which is perfect. And that will get us a step closer towards printing and astronomy. So I can finish all these techs, no problem. Which of these techs over here do I think I'm not going to be able to do? Sanitation is the most likely that I won't be able to do, so I'm going to queue up sanitation. I don't even think I'm close to unlocking. Neighborhoods are like around here, and I'm so many turns away from that sector. Okay, we've researched the Enlightenment, which I think finished scientific theory. Excellent. Although I maybe, no, was that building the university by the mountain? No. University by the mountain is astronomy. So yeah. So I got the ancient walls in Karkar. I'll soften up this musketman. I will create my own musketman. You're going to fall back to heal. I will shoot you there. Now that I have a musketman, I feel safe to kill a unit with a knight, which will get me military science, which gives me line infantry. If I had unlocked line infantry before I made a musketman, I wouldn't have been able to get the musketman kill. I think I do want the military academy because there are some potential boosts associated with that. I believe I will get era score from building a military academy. The ancient walls are done in Karkar. I need the shipyard, but I'll go for the mausoleum first. I need to build 2 shipyards when I can. So what did I unlock here? Okay, I no longer get the +1 production per turn per city. I will plug in liberalism because it's 5 amenities, which is going to be a lot more. Yeah, we have 6 ecstatic cities. Ecstatic, if you're wondering exactly how that works. Basically, it's if you have 5 or more surplus amenities, your city will get a series of boosts. 20% extra food, surplus. 20% extra surplus food. It is the food per turn minus your food consumption equals your growth per turn, and then that gets multiplied by 20% for the amenities growth bonus. You'll get a 20% production boost, a 20% gold boost, 20% science, and 20% culture, and 20% faith, although we have 0 faith in the city, so not a problem. I'm going to move this trade route to the capital because I want trade routes to originate from the capital because the capital is where I need production and so on to come from. Declaring war, strategic resources, cities can perform a ranged attack, that's fine, you go ahead and heal, I will get a great admiral, era score, Governor Liang is now established in Karkar, I can purchase a guru, couple of wonders have been built at a crossbowman unit is available for a promotion. Let's take the volley promotion, we'll send the musketman to go clear that camp to gain the boost. It is a bit of an open question as to whether or not I want to chop in here or build lumber mills. I think it makes sense to chop if I'm chopping to get an industrial zone. So we chopped out the university, getting us astronomy, and now I will begin chopping to get the industrial zone. Hanno, the navigator, I'll create a caravel with +2 movement so we can circumnavigate the world and potentially get a boost. Trade-wise, I'm going to trade with Nazca because it is worth an envoy. It's also 2 food, 2 production, and 3 gold. We're 1 turn away from finishing the Ruhr Valley, which will get me a huge production. The city currently has 88 production, which is pretty tasty. I'll move another trader into the capital. You're going to move here to chop. You'll move here to chop. I will buy this tile for the chopping. Well, somehow I think I killed the spearman here. So I gotta wait for a unit to spawn. So there's the Ruhr Valley. The city had 88.7 production last turn. Now that did finish flight for us on a technology level. We've also got humanism finished. We don't particularly care about humanism. We maybe want invention for the great engineer points, but flight is now done, thanks to finishing this. Let me go ahead and make sure this city is fully up. We're at 116 production per turn. Let's go ahead and grab that campus. We can claim a great merchant. That will boost mercantilism for me. That's what I was hoping for. I can use Marcus Licinius Crassus to grab a few tiles, and I will grab things like these olives. I built a spy in Rapacum. Let's look for campuses and see if we can't steal some tech boosts. In Rapacum, I will place the commercial hub, but I will get to work on the military academy. In the capital, I will make sure that I place the diplomatic quarter, and I will finish it this turn because I think it is worth it to get those envoys rolling. I'll upgrade some more caravels so that I can explore a little. I'll chop here. That'll finish the industrial zone, and we'll get to work on that workshop. We'll chop. So when I'm designing Mashkan Shapir, I'm thinking I'll put a farm triangle over here, and then along the river, I'll probably put lumber mills because these tiles already have bonus food from the Palgum, which I quite like. Trade route in the capital is available. I think trading with my ally India is my primary concern because it's worth a lot of production, a lot of gold, a lot of science, and a lot of food. And that extra, just that little bit of trickle of all those things really helps push my empire up into that next tier. So the aqueduct is finished in Totol. I'm going to pop in here. I'll buy this tile. And I will get started on an industrial zone. That's a +6 industrial zone, but it will become a +7. I could get some suzerainties here. I'll put an envoy in Gazargamu. I will begin exploring with this caravel as well, and this one will eventually become a caravel too. I believe this boosts for doing stuff with boats in the late game. Go ahead and grab another jade tile. Let's go ahead and check and see if there's any luxuries we can buy. We're going to buy luxuries. I'll buy them all just to make sure that my cities are extremely happy. And for some strange reason, I just got a craving to play Stellaris. So I think I might do a Stellaris video soon. Okay, that's a shame. We have access to Reformed Church, Wars of Religion, Religious Orders, extra faith from building holy sites. We don't really care about Reformed Church as a tech. It was just a bridge tech. We're going to grab mercantilism, and then we'll probably grab colonialism. We want mercantilism because it will improve our camp improvements, and we want colonialism because it'll improve our fishing boats. It'll also give us envoys, and it leads to civil engineering, which will give us a governor title, as well as the nice boost to the public works card. We've got the campus in Babylon. Let's get the library and the university. I'm also going to queue up the intelligence agency and the chancery for the influence points per turn. I think the more important thing though is to get that second university. We have a new government available, but I'm happy with Merchant Republic. I don't need to make any changes. I will sell off my luxury resources for gold over time because I personally am a big fan of GPT stealing from the AI basically. We'll pop a farm right there. So we have a nice farm triangle in here. I mean, we could just build a whole shit ton of farms in here, but then we would have to undo that. And I know that seems like an awful lot of work. Something that could be worth it is we could extend this into a farm, into a double-sized farm triangle or a farm diamond. But if we're going to do a farm diamond, I mean, really we should do a farm circle, but we can't put a farm circle because the spices are here. I mean, do I just want to grow a massive population in this city? It's not a completely worthless endeavor to add another 2 farms here. It would allow me to grow an outrageously large city. I don't see any border tiles that are particularly important for me to claim. So we will go and see if we can steal those horses. Move you back into your city, take the battle cry promotion. Trying to position my caravels in a way that I explore the world efficiently. We're on the verge of circumnavigating. We got the workshop in Mashkan Shapir. I'll grab myself another, probably 2 builders in there. And it's probably time to move Magnus around. Where would I schmoove Magnus to? I think I'm going to schmoove Magnus on over to Ashuna because I think his work in Mashkin Shapir is basically finished. So Ashuna it is. We get the granary and car Shamash. Let's place the aqueduct. I'll buy this tile and place the industrial zone. And I'll build them in that order. Industrial zone into aqueduct. We'll need to get a builder down here if we can. I'm going to very quickly queue up 2 builders in the capital because the capital can build them very quickly. And that would be a nice assist to the rest of my empire. I'm not happy with the consequences of the world. We're singing and just happens sometimes. Listen. We got the bank in Mari. We do need a second bank somewhere. So the commercial hub, we've got the industrial zone, we've got the city center. I think it's time we built the theater square because there are certain things that happen in the theater square that I need to have control of. I want to build an archaeological museum, for example. Right, I'll send this builder down here. My spy in Japan is going to take the gain sources action so that he can steal technology at a higher level. Carvel will steal a kill here, getting himself some experience. Your job is to continue to explore. Get a Carvel there. Boom. Okay, Colossus is finished. That's +1 trade route capacity. We also got +3 era score for completing every building in the encampment district. We have access to mercantilism. Excellent. My camps just got better. The military academy was finished, like I said. I really need to get my second bank, so I'll work on the commercial hub in here. And I will get to work on the shipyard in Borsippa, because I need to build 2 shipyards to boost the steam power technology. I also need to queue up a military engineer in Rapakum because I need to build 2 forts to boost the ballistics technology. And this builder is going to head to the southeast to go over here and help these cities out. And after these 2 buildings, I'll queue up 2 more builders to send out. The trade route that I finished in Borsippa, I'm going to put it into Babylon. And excellent, we have acquired an enemy target for this musketman to kill. Let's go, it's a me, it's a Mario. We have circumnavigated the world, +5 era score, that's beautiful. And my lovely little caravels continue. Somebody is stealing money in Borsippa. I need a spy to defend that city. Not a fan of them yoinking my gold. We got the granary in Ashuna. And now we need to think about what is the goal of this city? Well, I mean, one option is it can be the city where I put my national park that I need to build. I believe, let's have a look. I think what I need to do is to get some kind of cheap unit to explore over here. Let me go ahead and grab these 2 units and see if we can't get a little bit of exploration. Kill the unit with the musketman, perfect. But when I'm looking at this city, there's a sort of potentiality 1, 2, 3. So if I press forward and hold down control, I can only build national parks that fit entirely within these tiles. So I think if I'm using the edges here, we can do a national park right here. And that suggests some stuff. I'm thinking maybe a water park, a theater square, a holy site right there. I wish preserves could be placed adjacent to the capital. It kind of pisses me off that they can't be, because if I could place it adjacent to the capital, it would be amazing in this instance. I'd put it right there. I'd be so happy. I'm reviewing the situation. I think a harbor makes sense here. So that's what I'll work on. But what I would really like is to maybe get a couple of national parks in here. And so I think I will put my preserve on this tile, and I will do national park, national park, national park like this. I will put a theater square there and an entertainment complex right there. The goal of the city is to generate culture and amenities for my empire so we can stay very happy in the late game. I'm going to get started on the preserve in there so we can conserve our territory. And I'll give this city a trade route so that I can get a kickstart. I've reviewed the situation and I found you wanting and flaunting and loving the health. I'm reviewing your mom's application to my bed. Yes, I'm going to send this trade route to my capital for food and production to help boost Ashuna to the next tier of production and food. You go ahead and heal up there while you fog bust for me. Fog busters. Fog Buster. All right, let's build a mine right there. We'll put the oil well right there, +2 era score for getting a new resource online. Also finish the plastics technology for us, allowing us to get offshore drilling. +2 era score from colonialism. These fishing boats have received boosts. I want civil engineering is next. I need to build an art museum and an archaeological museum. And so I really, oh, right, I need to finish that university real quick. So I really need to get another theater square. I totally forgot that I was supposed to build this theater square over here. Huge L for the marketplace of potato. I'm going to go ahead and try to take suzerainty of Hunza because I like gold and I want more. Pop down here, get that online. Oh, imagine if we had been able to get that godlike campus +5 adjacency. A rare opportunity. Building mines? Yes. We've definitely reached the churn. Bring out the churn coin noise. Ding, 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 churn, 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 churn. City shot. No! He's gonna kill me! Bring back this caravel. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring. I just heard the pillage noise. So we got printing. That was from building the 2 universities. Shipyard has been given a little bit of a setback. Spearman, if you become a pike and shot, you can hold against this guy. So fortify and then level. You can now hold. I'll move this knight adjacent to you to provide defenses. We're about to finish the mausoleum. A theater square in Mari. We need both the art museum and the archaeological. I'll go archaeological first. Once I have finished the mausoleum, I can put Bisheng into the capital and we can start the theater square. We can make a really big, healthy city in here if we wanted to. Just like lots of pop until we can't stop. I'm just going to make 2 random ass forts with my military engineer because I don't care what they actually do. I do think it makes sense for me to put a lumber mill there. Now that the spy has established and we've established a presence and we built the intelligence agency, he's got a 74% chance to steal a tech, including sanitation. It's great. And the great thing about big Babylons, which is what your mom's got, the great thing about Babylon is that they can, every time they steal a tech, they get the tech. This is how that works. All right, we got the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus, +1 science, +1 faith, +1 culture on all coast tiles for the city. And great engineers have an additional charge, must be built adjacent to a harbor district. There's the +3 era score from building an industrial zone with a starting adjacency of 4 or higher. We've got ourselves the normal age secured. Make sure to kill that. Retreat the knight into the city now that it's nice and safe. And we can begin the repairing of this goddamn harbor while I bring this caravel back to protect the harbor because I'm a dumbass and I sent them off unprotected. So in Rapicum, let's go ahead and get the market because we want to build the second bank so that we can boost the stock exchange technology economics. And we also need to get the shipyards in tow. We're working on it. Let's go ahead and get the second fortress to boost ballistics, giving us access to cuirassiers. We got the industrial zone in Tuttle. We should probably build a workshop to get the production churning, and then I'll get the commercial hub in here. Although it might be good for us to also to crank out a builder real quick because there's a few tiles in here that are worth improving. Sitting on 2 envoys. I will go to max level with Hunza, and I'll put another point into Geneva to get a little bit more science per turn. We got great food in this city. Do I just keep building them? Nah, there's no way I should keep building farms. I already went to farm. I will put a lumber mill there to get the city a little bit more production. Well, this guy's building a mine right there. You're gonna move over to here and get that fish and the oil online. I have a spy in the capital and I want that spy to go to Borsippa to protect my trade. This is the city that makes the most gold, so it's where the AI is likely to try to steal my gold. Let's go get that oil online. Bisheng has 2 charges now, so I can pop one in the capital and then immediately grab a theater square. I'll put this caravel on auto explore and this caravel on auto explore. I don't feel like manually controlling them anymore. I'm over it. There's +3 era score for a high adjacency theater square. We got the market in Rapicum. We'll go for the market. Sorry, we'll go for the bank rather. In Mashkin Shapir, we completed the, we want the market for the boost, the civic boost. I cranked out a builder here, but I don't remember why. I think there's another nice little farm triangle there. It's relatively efficient, so let's do it. All right, let's go ahead and build that commercial hub. I got the harbor in Karkar. We'll go ahead and repair. We will set the spy to counter spy on the commercial hub because that's the one that can get stolen from to steal my gold. I don't know if I need to put another district in Babylon. Question. Have a level 2 alliance. We're working on that for chemistry. 2 shipyards, 2 banks. I'm working on those. All right, what else we got to do? Renew. Oh, right. I need to get my alliance back with India. Yeah, because our alliance is almost level 2. Okay, so there's sanitation. We have access to the sewer. Pop in with Changdragup to get the alliance. Research alliance. Skadoosh. I'll start the research of chemistry because whether, you know, depending on which one finishes first, whether this alliance or whatever goes first is fine. 2 shipyards are on the way. I think I may buy the shipyard in this city just to speed things up. I'm wondering if I can get a little bit of gold in my coffers. Perhaps I can get a little bit of gold in here. Maybe we can afford. Yeah, shipyard. Boom. So now I'm just waiting for the shipyard down in Borsippa to finish, and then we're good to go. I finished a builder in the capital. What I really want, though, is to get the amphitheater and the art museum. Wouldn't be a bad idea to get the Forbidden City, but I think I'm going to work on a builder in here. Whole bunch of tile improvements happening. We're constantly working to improve our tiles and trying to balance that with actually getting other things done. We lost suzerainty of Nagaz Argamu, although I'm not so worried about Nagaz. Civil engineering is finished, so I need to pop in the public works card for the builder charges. Some sort of spying stuff. My spy mission aborted because no longer a valid tech to steal from you. Oh well. So build a coal mine and an ironclad. I just need enough gold to get the ironclad end of things, and I can do that one. Level 2 alliance is coming. The second bank is under construction. I will start researching urbanization, although I already have sanitation, so I don't need anything else. Amphitheater completed in Babylon. Let's go ahead and get the art museum for the civic boost for opera and ballet. Then Borsippa has the shipyard completed. I will start the bank in here. I'm going to promote Liang with aquaculture for that +1 food, half a housing from the fisheries. Ooh, waterworks. +2 housing for every neighborhood and aqueduct district. +1 amenity for every canal and dam. We could do some parks and recreation stuff. Never really go down that route. Sounds like it could be fun. Let the city build more than 1 more district than the population limit allows. Okay, no, I don't want to do that. Or rather, it's not that I don't want to do that, it's that I don't need to. You pop in there, you pop in there. Perfect. We're rotating potatoing. Rotato potato. Love good old potato. Travel to a new city with a campus. No tech to steal, no tech to steal, no tech to steal. All right, ain't no techs we could steal. Anyone got any money then? Let's have a look here. I guess I could try to get control of Geneva. Sure. Renaissance era ends in 6 turns. We get Filippo Brunelleschi. So is there a wonder that we want in particular? The Oxford Universitariat could be a great pickup here. Let me go ahead and flip that in there. I will pop Filippo in and then switch back to the art museum. The commercial hub has been completed in Mashkan Shapir. Let's go for that market. You're going to become an ironclad. That will boost the steel technology, getting me the Eiffel Tower. Build a national park. That's definitely on the agenda. I'll start the research of that technology instead. Pop a nice mine in there. National park. The plan was to put them in over here. Opera and ballet has been boosted. Economics has been boosted. Natural history has advanced. We got urbanization, so we can build neighborhoods now. Neighborhoods with charming appeal. Receive 3 food, +1 production, and breathtaking. Get a +1 of each of those yields. So we could do some neighborhood stuff if we wanted to. All right, we've got a stock exchange, gold. I don't know if we need to build any stock exchanges for stuff. We need to get a better government for that. We need to build 2 drones. I don't think I've unlocked drones yet. 3 line infantry. Now that is actually a little bit more doable. So I'll need to get some cash. Any niter purchasers? Does anyone actually have any gold? Nobody has gold for me to acquire. Natural history. I need to own 2 field cannons for scorched earth. So I'll upgrade my 2 crossbows. I had a second one. There you are. I'll upgrade those first. We got the Art Museum in Babylon, and we'll go ahead and finish the Oxford. I'll pop Filippo's production into that again. We got the bank in Rappacoum. I don't remember if we need a stock exchange. I'll build one just for the sake of it. I got the Archaeological Museum in Mari. I don't yet have the ability to make an archaeologist, so I will just go for another stock exchange because I need the cash, and the stock exchange is currently worth 17 gold when powered. They're not currently powered, but that is just a small detail that should possibly be corrected. I'm actually going to queue up an extra builder here. I need to be queuing up builders regularly across my empire. Do I want to change my government? I think I'm pretty happy with this government. It's very amenities focused, and we're keeping those amenities high, which is getting us a 20% yield boost across our entire empire. So I don't see a reason to change anything at the moment. We have the Ironclad. Renaissance era ends in 4 turns. We got the market in Mashkan Shapir. Let's queue up those traders. I got the builder in Karkar. Always improve the strategics and luxuries first, so you can kind of think about what you want to do next. I do think a theater square in the city is not the worst idea. Let's have a look at the appeal. Yeah, I'll pop a theater square right. Well, what's this? Charming. You know what? I'll pop a theater square right there. This builder, your job is to go improve that farm right there. You are going to become a line infantry, but first I'll get my field cannon because I got the scorched earth policy. We're not going to declare Casus Belli, but we do want nationalism because we need to get cores to boost this thing. Oh, I need to build 3 military academies. Okay, well, that is going to shift my goals here. So you're not going to be building traders. You're going to switch immediately to an encampment, and I will crack one down in my capital too. You've got 2 adjacent districts. If I put this here, this would be a 3rd. We'll pop that encampment right there. We can trade with Kabul for envoys. I always like to trade for envoys. I'm a big fan of envoy trading. And Filippo will finish the Oxford University for me. That's a 20% science boost in the city and 2 randomly free technologies. We got chemistry. We got computers. Very nice. Not the kind of techs you would hope. You would probably hope for something like nuclear fission. But hey, it's not a big deal. We are going to be able to extract an artifact in the not too distant future. And we can use gold to get line infantry. Radio is currently the one that I'm least likely to be able to do. But the nice thing about getting a 20% science boost in here is that it actually, the way that Babylon's science modifier works is that you get a minus 50% bonus, and things like the Oxford University work against that and lower that modifier. So I'm actually only down to a minus 15% modifier in my capital, whereas like in Rappacoum, it's down minus 50. So Oxford University is better for Babylon than it is other civs because it eliminates a bonus. It's hard to explain that it eliminates a penalty. It's hard to explain that like in a coherent fashion that won't blow your mind, so I'm just going to leave it there. We got the preserve, which means we have the grove and the preserve because it was the first preserve we ever built, which means those tiles are very nicely improved. Next up, we're going to pop in a nice little entertainment complex for the appeal. We want high appeal tiles. Professional sports has advanced considerably, and if you don't know, entertainment complexes give appeal to adjacent tiles. Holy sites, entertainment complexes, and I think it's holy sites, entertainment complexes, holy sites, theater squares, entertainment complexes, and preserves all give positive appeal to adjacent tiles. We would like more appeal here someday, but for now we're going to be using the deer. I'll very quickly grab an arena to keep the amenities high in my empire. My amenities are still maxed out. Make sure we pop a little farm right there. Improving your tiles is one of the most important things that you can do when you play Civilization. I'm going to start upgrading my line infantry. And I'm kind of starting to think about how I want to build this city. Like, what if I were to just do something a little crazy in here? I'm kind of, you know what? I'm in screw around mode. So like if we look at the possible appeal here, the appeal is charming, average appeal. If I were to put an entertainment complex right there, well, if I were to put a city park, I don't even remember what the city park looks like. Oh, there it is. 1 appeal, 2 appeal from a forest, +2. So that could be a breathtaking neighborhood right there, which means we could plug in that neighborhood card for fun. I could have a little bit of fun with this. Now, I'm pretty sure city parks can't be built adjacent to each other, can they? Yeah, you can't put city parks adjacent to each other, but that is not a big deal because what we can do is city parks. What if I were to do a city park here, a city park here, and a city park here? Can they be built on hills? They can be built on hills. So we could do something like this and just go crazy in here and build a whole bunch of neighborhoods for fun. You know what? That sounds like a lot of fun to me. Let's do it. What if I did something different, actually? I'm having ideas. My brain is churning. What if I built a preserve here, had a little fun with it, and surrounded that preserve and city parks. Now, you know what? There's something to that idea. Okay, we caught the Japanese spy that was trying to steal from me. I need a little bit of era score, and I think... Can I get a horse unit in a single turn? No, but I think if I upgrade a unit to oil, boom, there we go, secured. Okay, Golden Age secured. Popping into my capital, we need to get the military academy in here. So I'll go barracks, armory, military academy. We got the bank and bourse. Let's go for the stock exchange. The goal of the city is to generate cash. Stock exchange in Rapicum has been finished. Let's build the aqueduct and the industrial zone. Chop here. That'll finish the commercial hub slightly sooner. Always be chopping. ABC. Civilization 6. ABC. Do, re, mi, baby, you and me. Don't really care what the World Congress does. This particular one doesn't matter to me. We did get natural history, which means we need to get our archaeologist in Mari. I could buy it for 1,000 gold, or I could produce it in 8 turns. I think we'll produce it in 8 turns, and then we'll go for the stock exchange after that archaeologist. 3 military academies, art museum, field cannons. I'll start researching nationalism, because I won't be able to boost it, and that'll buy me time to get other boosts of similar techs. Get the barracks in here too. I've got a couple of envoys. Some envoys, yeah boys. And I do want to start developing the relationships with these city-states. So I'm currently trying to foment unrest in Geneva to fabricate a scandal to stop my top competitors to lose 3 envoys. So I'll start working on taking over the suzerainty of Geneva. Geneva does, in fact, give a 15% science boost, which is actually really great if you can secure it. And I think I'm getting that 15% science boost. No, I'm not. Never mind. I was going to say economic alliance, so I don't have one. We'll chop out this arena, and I'll very quickly build myself a flood barrier in that city just to clean things up. I'll chop those woods to finish the theater square sooner. And I'll harvest the food to get my population growing in here a little bit faster. Battery jealous of our golden age. We got +4 gold adjacency on a commercial hub. I've entered into the industrial era. We got a golden age. I do think that a good golden age here is the heartbeat of steam for better production towards industrial wonders. Industrial era and later wonders plus campus districts provide production from their science adjacency. I think that's a good direction to move. We got the armory in the capital. I'll queue up the military academy and the research lab. We got the barracks in here. Let's get to work on the armory so that we can build the military academy. I've got the theater square in Karkar, but we don't really need it that badly. So just for me, just for a little bit of fun, I'm going to build a preserve. This city is just for me to have a good time with. Let's go ahead and grab a builder in Ashuna. We have a lot of tiles that we can in theoretically improve. The commercial hub has been completed in Tuttle. Let's grab the market. We've got traders. Speaking of traders, I need to get traders out. I haven't actually been able to build them. I'm going to fight for Geneva's suzerainty. I can't plant forests on any of these tiles with these builders, so I'll go ahead and start harvesting these deer. I'll chop this, then I will buy this tile. I will level up this guy into a line infantry, so I just need 1 more line infantry for that boost. I'll chop here. That'll be the preserve finished nearly. I'm close to getting my next governor title from nationalism, so I'll be able to start building these city parks. Chop of the Pops is happening, and now this is where I need to start increasing my science gain. I've been able to boost my way through the tech tree up until this point, but pretty soon I need to actually start generating science for Rizzle. Let's go ahead and grab the workshop in Rapicum for the extra production. I will harvest this food because I want to force growth in this city so I can place another district. And then you're going to go ahead and start planting those fisheries for me. Switch this tile to Ishana and we'll chop out this builder. We'll start getting rid of these deer in preparation for a different kind of city. We will get the harbor though. Get rid of the deer. A lot of our yields are going to be coming from over here. Somebody built Chichen Itza. Barbarians have approached. I can sell coal. There's a range attack available. Heyo, get the hell out of my city. We can claim a great person. We can get Rajar Toral Mar. Trade routes to my own cities. Gain 0.5 gold for each specialty district at the destination. Now, that's pretty darn good. I'll go ahead and make use of him. Popping in here to Karkar. I will get to work on the amphitheater. We got the aqueduct in Kar Shamash. I'll build the flood barrier to prevent tiles from being lost. Over in Tutol, we don't have particularly good campus adjacency, so I'm just going to plop one down in any old place because I don't care. I need to start ramping my science. I'm going to take suzerainty of Geneva for that 15% empire-wide science boost, which should mean I'm getting full science efficiency in my capital. Things like Geneva are massive for Babylon because that reduces our penalty from getting half science to getting 2/3 science effectively. So having control of Geneva in your game is actually a really good way to increase the amount of science you're getting. Although you don't necessarily have control over that. We got a harbor with really high adjacency, which is perfect from chopping in a shunna. And then I'm going to chop out the lighthouse as well. And then hopefully chop through to a shipyard to get the city its baseline production. It also provides us with a little bit of gold and some population room. I will build the theater square in here. At some point, I'll just place it down for now, kind of just having fun. Some of these decisions are just me having fun. Some of them do actually serve the purpose of, advancing the needs and desires of my empire. I'm going to move you to here, and you're going to become a cuirassier. I'm going to move you across to become a field cannon in support here, and I'll move you up to provide combat strength adjacency, and we'll start building fisheries in the city of Karkar. I need another, what was it again? It was a line infantry for the boost to replaceable parts. So we have access to infantry now if we want them. Plus, we actually have farm adjacency. Farms get +1 food for every adjacent farm, which is big. And pasture improvements get +1 production. So the level of food that we're producing over here in Mashkan Shapir is insane. The workshop has been completed in Rapakum. We do not need factories and coal power plants in here at the moment. Ooh, do I have privateer tech? That is an interesting question. I do. I'm going to queue up a privateer here and a privateer here. I will let that amphitheater finish. So getting 2 privateers will finish electricity for me. Forgot about that boost. Haven't seen it in a long time. I will actually build a factory in here just to have something for the city to do. And we have finished the armory in Mashkan Shapir, and we're going to build a military academy because we want the boost for that civic, the fascism civic. We were trading with Preslav, but what we're more looking for is gold, mainly just making sure we're trading with India to make our alliance better, because we are getting that level 2 alliance, so we're getting Eurekas for a tech that India has, but we have not researched. Eurekas for Babylon, well, that just means we get the tech. Right, pop it into Karkar, I buy this tile, I come in, I pop down the lumber mill, that gives the city a little bit more production, and the forest will preserve the adjacency. Owie! Was not expecting that unit to die, but there's nationalism, which means we can promote Liang with the parks and recreation ability. We can place a city park here and get that real nice adjacency. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and research Scorched Earth as well as Opera and Ballet. We've got a lot of these boosts over here. Research lab has been completed in the capital. I will get a flood barrier. I do need to build sewers as well. I believe I need 3 sewers for one of the boosts in the late game. Don't remember the name. I think it's Democracy that gets boosted by that. A harvest here, that'll finish the shipyard. Don't necessarily need the zoo, but we can get to work on the theater square. I will buy this tile. Make sure the cities were prioritizing food and production. We'll put a fishery there. It's a nice tile for the fishery. I'll probably look to try to build a fishery every turn using gold of some kind. Radio has been researched. We got access to the broadcast center as well as aluminum and seaside resorts. If we do find aluminum, we need to improve it ASAP. Shoot you there. You'll step onto the preserve and shoot. Civic boosted masked media. A spy is eluded capture. We captured another spy. We're catching so many of them. So I need 2 privateers. That will let me get the oil power plant. I'll start researching nuclear fission because this is one you can't really ever boost. We have Francis Drake. Oh, the nice thing about Francis Drake is he's going to immediately build me a privateer, which means I don't need to build one of these. I can just pop him over here and get a nice privateer. I'll build a sewer in here. I don't need to get the coal power plant. I want to leave those slots open. We got the sewer in the capital. It's probably good to build a broadcast center. I can't remember if something gets boosted by that, but there's no reason not to build it. We do have control of Geneva. Let's start working on getting control of Bologna next. Okay, I think we finished our military academies, which means we have the boost towards totalitarianism. Apparently ideology just cannot be boosted, so I'll start researching that after we have finished Opera and Ballet. I'll start the construction of a drone in Rapakum because I believe there's a tech that requires 2 drones. Yep, lasers. And the military academy has been completed in Mashkan Shapir. I will start the construction of a research lab because I just need base science. We got an amphitheater in here. I completely forgot about evangelizing and spreading my religion, actually, which is a big L. I'll start getting some more missionaries to get that underway. A lot of culture I missed out for not spreading that. I mean, we are making 33 culture per turn, but still. In Karkar, I can't remember if it's, I think it's having a themed archaeological museum boosts conservation, but I have no idea. I cannot remember. Something like that. It's either, it's a themed museum, I think. We got the sewer in Karshamash. Let's get the workshop. Hoping that I could get Leonardo da Vinci, but I think somebody else grabbed him or we skipped him. Yeah, we skipped him. Leonardo's great for culture in a science game. I'll pop a library in Tutol because I need the base science. Escape on foot. The mission was a success. We reduced enemy envoys in Geneva. So I think in terms of a competitive point of view, nobody else is even close to beating us in Geneva, which is fantastic. Also, I need so many trade routes, dude. Shit is cray-cray. To quote Eminem in that one song, it plays rent-free in my mind 24/7. Okay, fishery right here. We're going to buy this. Absolutely giga-chatting. My intentions were wrong. My intentions were pure. Broadcast center completed in Babylon. We love to see it. I can't remember the boosts here, and I refuse to look them up. Have 3 armies or armadas. Okay, the armada one is actually very doable. If I take my caravels and I bring them back, that's 1 caravel. I do not remember where the other one was. I had 3, and I'm 99% sure it didn't die. There you are. Yeah, I think at ideology, the retainers, it's somewhere around here. The retainers card goes obsolete. Yeah, it's mass media. So we won't be getting the garrison amenities anymore for much longer, which is probably time to start merging these units together into armies. But first, I need to research the thing. I don't remember what it is. It's like have a certain number of cores or something. So I'll combine these 2 together. I think I need another core maybe. Perhaps I'll upgrade you and boom, there's mobilization. That was the one. I couldn't remember exactly what it was, but the knowledge was buried there somewhere in my brain. So I need mobilization to be able to get the combined arms, 3 armies or armadas. Okay, broadcast center is finished in Babylon. The hell do I guess we'll build a zoo, whatever. Privateer done in Borsippi. I don't remember if there's a reason to build a seaport in terms of boosts, but I will build a seaport because it is an economic building and it will increase the power of my economy. You're going to evangelize a belief and I will grab... I wanted the one that spreads my religion further, but I'll take scripture. +3 era score. Yeah, I was hoping the one that would spread it at a greater range because I think that one's more powerful. But at the very least, I think my religion in here is like spreading at 15 pressure per turn, which is crazy. We extracted an artifact, getting us combustion, so we have access to tanks as well as supply convoys, the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm trying to remember. There's a wonder that gives you Eurekas, right? No. It's Bolshoi Theater gives you 2 randomly chosen free civics. That one could be good for us to grab for the culture. Civilization has produced a great work, excellent. So opera and ballet is done. And we need to build that somewhere. And I think Mari is as good a place as any to build that. So we'll get started with the Bolshoi Theater once that stock exchange is finished. Make sure we kill that field cannon. You're going to become a tank, which I think gets me a boost. Should check the city-state quests. Biplane, destroyer, trade route, artist, musician, writer, religious conversion, and the space race inspiration. I forget what that one is. I need to build 2 biplanes. Well, should be pretty easy for me to build 2 biplanes. What would be harder is if I was building 2 straight planes. But I'm going to go ahead and pop the aerodrome district. Well, I'll pop the aerodrome district right here, and after we finish the zoo, we can get to work on those biplanes. The archaeological museum in Karkar is underway. We had the library in here. We grabbed the university. Keep fighting for control of Bologna. We got control of Bologna. Did anyone ever build Kilwa? Yeah, Kilwa is one of those wonders that the AI tends to build. So I could have made it. It is a fantastic wonder for Babylon because of the similar reasons to Geneva. It applies an empire-wide science boost, so it is really good to get, but I just didn't prioritize it this game. I don't really have a reason that I did that, I just didn't. Yeah, let's go ahead and pump out some missionaries here. My missionaries have 4 spread charges, which is a nice amount. You need to become an ironclad, but I don't have enough gold in the treasury. I can do that next turn. Shoot him, attack him, run there. Ironcladded up. I've got 2 envoys in the bank. I'm happy with how things are working. I'll pop an envoy in here to get back suzerainty of Granada because that's fun. And I'll pop an envoy into Samarkand to increase my gold per turn. You're going to chop here to finish that Mari a little bit, the Mari wonder a little bit quicker. I'm going to send missionaries off in random directions to spread my religion. Aerodrome completed in the capital. I'll queue up 2 biplanes. I need to build a second aerodrome. I think this city doesn't have an available district slot. Mashkan Shapir, though, is a great spot for another aerodrome. That'll be my second aerodrome, and that will get me synthetic materials. Oh, I do have the possibility of the oil power plant. I will get that in Rapakum. Oil power plant is a fun and unique building. Gives you +3 production to all cities within 6 tiles. It's a bit like an AoE sort of factory. Does the same sort of thing. We got the theater square in Ashuna, which is nice. Let's do the amphitheater. Reviewing the situation with a view of making it better. This is it. This is the story. We are entering into the last phase of the game. None of these really matter to me. I will take seduction because it's a good generalist promotion. There's the world's very first fleet slash, well, soon to be an armada has been formed. We got a whole bunch of artifacts. I cannot remember what it is that boosts the thing. Okay, +2 era score. There's totalitarianism. We won't be switching to totalitarianism because I don't think it's as good as our current government. But our amenity trade deals have run out, so let's go ahead and just buy all the luxuries that we can from the AI. I love the quick deals mod, by the way. It should be linked in the description of the video. We got the archaeological museum in Karkar. Let's go ahead and build that archaeologist. We're not switching to fascism because I think democracy is better for our goals, and I don't think fascism offers a significant upgrade over our current government. In fact, I would consider it to be, well, I think it is an upgrade, but it's kind of a side grade. No, actually, realistically, it is actually an upgrade. I mean, we lose this, but it is an upgrade in certain senses because it will finish one of these techs with the extra government slots. And I don't remember which one it was. We may have already researched it. Okay, anyway. And the reason it's an upgrade is because we can input craftsmen, third alternative, and a little bit of science and military research. I'm going to take back liberalism to keep my amenities high. Our first drone has been completed. We do need another one. This spy, I'm going to send him to Babylonian to try and kill some of the enemy envoys in that city. The world's first flying unit, that's +5 era score. We also unlocked synthetic materials. I don't remember why or how. It's hard to remember all of the boosts that are firing off here. Maybe it was the 2 aerodromes. That was probably it. Why don't you go ahead and get me that drone that I wanted? There it is. And we will take the Great General. We have the workshop in Karshamash. Build a factory for now. Let's grab the research lab, and otherwise we're just focusing on converting cities. Shoot this barb camp, yoink, and clear. It is now safe and free. We could settle this area if we wanted to. I don't think we're going to bother. It's not very important to me. Okay, there's advanced flight from building 2 biplanes. We also have access to the airport. I think there's a reason to build airports, but I don't remember what it is. I don't know if I need machine guns or anti-air things for boosts. Build 2 drones. I'm building 2 drones. I will build the airport in the capital because it makes sense to. And then I'll build the Royal Society. We got the oil power plant, which boosted something. We got nuclear fission. I'll get to work on rocketry, which is the begin. So, like I said, we're at the beginning of the end here. We're kind of heading towards the victory condition very soon. Finally, I have a little bit of breathing room. I'm going to see if I can fill out my spies in Rapakum. I'll just get that done. Been kind of, I'll use the word stuck, but really just not having time to get the units, the can't think of the word, the things. Okay, so these 2 guys are going to combine together to create an army, and then these boats are going to combine to create an army. Where's my other army going to be? I think it's going to be this field cannon and this field cannon, so I'll start moving them towards each other. I think those are my best options. The appeal in here is very nice. We're looking very tasty indeed. Lasers has been discovered by Babylon. That will get us nuclear fission. We can potentially get the Manhattan Project. I don't remember if there's a reason to build a nuclear power plant, but there is a reason to build it because if I go to the city overlap mode, the nuclear power plant. It provides 3 science to cities in an AoE, so it's actually a really efficient science building. So I'll pop into my capital. Once it's finished the airport, we'll crank out. The project is down here at the bottom. Convert this city's coal power plant to a nuclear power plant. I do lose about 8 production from the adjacency, but that sucks. That's life. We got Ada Lovelace. She allows cities to build more districts. If I pass on her, that would discount this significantly, making it so that somebody else could get it sooner. And then I could maybe pick up a great engineer that I actually want, like Gustav Eiffel or James Watt. I don't really want Ada Lovelace. I already have the computer technology, right? Don't I? Yeah, I already have the computer's technology, so I don't need the Eureka. Okay, seaport completed in Borsippa. I'll build the flood barrier and the sewer. Just keep that city busy. We got our 2 drones. I'll build the hangar in the airport because I have a feeling that I need those for something. I'll grab myself another art museum. I'm working on converting my ally or to my religion. Faith buying missionaries for that purpose. And mainly I'm doing that because I want the culture from converting another person's empire over and then having that, you know, like these cities are 100% Jewish, basically. What is it? Like there's 14 people in this city, 10 followers of my religion. There's a lot of pressure coming in. That pressure will slowly convert people to my religion. And so that should lead to me, in essence, just getting more culture over time. This is actually an incredibly powerful ability, World Church, because a normal pop generates 0.3 culture per turn. World Church adds an extra 0.25, and it also applies to pops that aren't in your empire. So it's very, very powerful, World Church is. I think perhaps it may in fact be underrated by people. So return away from getting mobilization, and that will lead to a boost that will allow me to improve uranium. Well, find and improve uranium first. Oh, one of my units got killed. So he is defending his religion. It's not a big deal. +3 aero score for the aerodrome. There's mobilization. Get this city nice and cozily converted. But if he's going to fight my dudes, I should probably recruit apostles for combat. Capitalism would be a great pickup for me. I have a neighborhood district with breathtaking appeal. That's what I needed. So I will harvest this. I will come in here. I will buy that tile. And I will start the neighborhood on that tile. I couldn't remember what boosts conservation. I'll start the research of ideology. I thought I had built all the sewers that I needed. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I think it's good now to start promoting Pingala to Space Initiative, and I think it would also be good for me to get Researcher. I should have just taken it there, but I skipped it. I will be able to get it in a couple of turns. Probably should have gotten that a little bit of time ago. I don't think it's the end of the world that I don't have it, but it definitely feels like I should have this already, and I have messed up now that I don't have it. I want you to follow the roads so you guys can merge. I'll buy the 2 city park tiles so I can get those improved. And you are going to keep moving traders to the capital so I can keep trading internationally for gold production and food. Owie! My units are getting murdered. So there's rocketry. We can now get started on the spaceport. I will get started on the spaceport in the capital very soon, but I am going to finish the Royal Society, converting to nuclear power, and so on and so forth. First, I need 3 tanks to get composites, and I need the globalization civic. I'll research telecommunications because I can't actually do anything about that. Oh, and an aluminum mine. Did I never find aluminum? Okay, Operation Get a Settler over here is underway, so I can get this aluminum mine up. All right, let's grab Gustav Eiffel. The next great engineer is James Watt. Perfect. I'll pop Gustav Eiffel over here to finish the Bolshoi Theater. That will get me ideology and conservation. Amazing. Conservation being finished means we can start to work on some stuff over here. Most importantly, the sanctuary that we want, which will give +1 science, +1 gold to adjacent charming tiles, and +2 science, +2 gold, and +2 production to adjacent breathtaking tiles. So Bolshoi Theater is finished. Build that sewer. Can't remember if I need a shopping mall for anything. I do think I need the nuclear program, but I think I'll get started on democracy because that's going to be a big step forward for my empire. The fact that my trade routes to my allies or city-states that I'm suzerain of will give a baseline +4 food, +4 production is fantastic. I'm going to build up my relationship with Samarkand because I want the gold out of this city because I'm soon going to be able to multiply gold. I will take Levée en masse just for the gold boost, and we can begin planting forests over here in Ashuna. And so soon there will be another builder expansion required by my empire. Combine these guys together. You need to become an ironclad, and then you need to be eaten here. Those three combined together will get me an armada, Eureka. So now I have access to uranium. We found some over here underneath the district, and some over here where I would have put a campus, which I can no longer do, sadly. Oh well. Chop here to finish that thing. That will boost suffrage for me, so I'll get democracy sooner. Keep trading with India, because the trade routes with India are going to get sick, nasty, insane powerful soon. Capital is currently up to 186 production per turn, which is a disgusting amount. So I have learned something very interesting. You want to take the worst promotions with your apostle first, and then you want to use them for something useless, because any of the promotions that you haven't taken yet are more likely to appear in the list. So there's like a whole meta towards like getting all of your apostles to have the promotions you want if you don't have the right city-states. Industrial era, I'll grab Adam Smith. Great to get a governor title. There's a whole bunch of notifications here. New trade deals available. My amenities are maxed out, and that's really the only thing I care about. My spy has been promoted from counter-spying. I'm going to give him linguist, so he acts faster. I finished a sewer in Borsapa. This is a great city to crank out a couple of builders and then a spy, because it has nothing else it needs to do. We will promote researcher with Pingala in the capital, so we get +1 science per pop in here. So we should see we're getting nearly 100 science per turn. That's half my empire science is coming from this one city. Really, really, really powerful. I do love that Delhi is flipping to me. This Mashkin Shapir city doing a lot of work. Okay, more trade routes for the capital. The capital requires souls. You're going to jump into the water, get escorted by this guy. My tank going here, scoop up that. Adam Smith gives me 35 gold and a governor title. The governor title I'll spend on Pingala to get the space initiative, because why not? We're pulling in a healthy 39.5 culture from spreading our beliefs. We did just get nuclear fission. I have no idea why I boosted that technology. Or no idea how I boosted that technology, rather. I need to get 3 tanks. You in here, I need you to build me a tank. And Mashkan Shapir, I need you to build me a tank as well. We've got the factory in Karshamash. If I were to build a nuclear power plant in this city, it would provide adjacency 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would hit 4 cities. That's a 4-city nuclear power plant. I will grab that, pop into Bologna to reconvert it if you can. I'll launch an Inquisition with this apostle for the Era score. Get closer to a golden age. 7 turns until the next age. Ooh, I lost my alliance with Chandragupta. Let's go ahead and make sure that we get that research alliance with him. It's actually really important to making sure that our cities are strong. Mainly our capital. All right, La Venta, I'll buy these 2 tiles. How close am I to a naturalist? Okay, I'm not too far off one. Iltani, I'll keep counter-spying here. Our good friend Triu offered us a trade, and I don't care. Rip, one of my dudes got killed. So we finished a builder in Mari, which means we can start developing our other cities nearby. Probably good for me to build a campus in here. I will get started. That little bit of extra science is useful. And in the meantime, I will develop this city's production capabilities because it has plenty of food already. Gustav Eiffel is going to sit around a little bit. We'll keep trading with India as a priority. India is our strong and faithful ally. My spy leveled up again. We definitely want surveillance here, +1 defense in all nearby districts. We can keep this commercial hub well defended. Right, we have access to democracy. Let's go ahead and switch to democracy. So one of our main goals with democracy is to make sure that we have infinite amenities. So going for a combination of liberalism, New Deal, and Republican legacy. That is 4 possible amenities per city. I am also going to take gunboat diplomacy for the +4 influence points per turn, so that I can earn my envoys up here a little bit faster. Invention is nice for now because there are some really good, great engineers available. Retainers is good, but it will eventually be replaced. So I'll take it for now just to have those extra amenities. But yeah, we want all of our cities to be ecstatic. I'm going to talk to Batriu. I'm going to declare friendship and maybe look to get a cultural alliance with her. Taking a look at the nuclear situation. We need to get the globalization civic, but it's going to be hard for us to get that. What I want is nuclear program because I want that great scientist. I want the great scientist point boost. I will take a great writer, and I will also take a great artist here. I got my tank. That's my second of 3 tanks. I'll just build an airport for the sake of it because there's something that gets boosted by an airport, and I can't think of what it is. I'm going to take suzerainty of Samarkand, mostly just to have the suzerainty and also the extra gold that it will bring. I will pop great works of art into the capital, and I'll also pop great works of writing. The trickle of culture is in fact useful. Okay, +2 era score from completing a neighborhood district. We also got modern AT unlocked because of that. I need 2 broadcast centers. I knew there was a reason I was building those. That will get us the moon landing. So where am I going to get that other broadcast center? I don't remember where I had it as an option. There it is. We'll get to work on that in Mari. We can get that in 6 turns. I need the aluminum mine for nanotechnology. So I'll sweep in here and see if we can't get this kill. We got our tanks done. What do I need in here? There's nothing really super important, so I'll just crank out a couple of extra builders so we can continue to improve our territory. I have an envoy in the bank. I'll put an extra envoy into Nazca just for fun. It's not a very consequential decision. So who owns this forest? My capital owns this forest, but I can't actually make use of it. So what I'll do is I'll chop just to get the spaceport a turn sooner, and then I'll swap it to a city that can actually make use of the tile. That's an important thing you need to keep in mind. Your cities can outgrow the actual space they can work. So it's a good idea to check in every now and again with the Empire map mode, which is the 0 key. Sorry, it's the 9 key on your keyboard. It's this Empire lens over here. It allows you to kind of move tiles around to where they should be. Like, for example, this marsh right here can't be worked by the capital, so I'll just go ahead and grab that from there. In cities that generate a significantly higher than average amount of culture, that can happen, so you do need to keep your eye out for that. Okay, +2 era score for a population of 20 city. We got telecommunications. We've also boosted social media. Spaceport district for the space race. Clear this barb camp, unlink this, put the settler there. Opening the tech screen, I'm going to research things that I have to boost with spies, like advanced power cells here. The aluminum mine I'm working on, the broadcast center I'm working on. Killing a fighter I'm not going to be able to do, but it is an end tech. I don't need this. I can live without it. So it's not necessary for me to push that. I can finally get these lumber mills in here. It took me a very long time to get around to doing it, but now that we can, I'm happy. Happy, 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 I got happy in my tummy, and it feels like I'm loving you. Love is such a sweet thing, good enough to eat. Alright, Quadrireme is dead. Will you allow us to establish an embassy in your capital? Of course I will. Welcome to the World Congress. We don't care about this. Nope. Just going to vote for things I don't care about. Right, we just completed the space race and the nuclear program. So I'm going to drop invention and plug in science foundations so I can earn a lot more great scientist points and hopefully boost through these last few bits. We're up into the atomic era, and who we're looking to get is the information era guys. We want the Carl Sagan and Stephanie Kwolak in particular. Erwin Schrödinger would be nice to pick up, but mostly we just want to generate as many great scientist points as possible at this phase of the game. So getting our campuses up now seems like a great move. Okay, we got quite a bit of culture to work our way through. I'm going to grab mass media for the governor title, and then I'll get to work on the space race here for that 15% production boost towards science projects. The spaceport has been completed. We're going to go ahead and launch the Earth satellite. We also got a builder in Rapakum. I think the thing to get in here is a campus district. Let's go ahead and settle the city, and I will declare a cultural alliance with Batriu. And the reason I wanted to delay this is because I didn't want it to settle like right in my face, but I will grab the builder now to go improve that aluminum mine, and we'll just get the city to slowly work on stuff. This city literally exists just to get me an aluminum mine. That's its entire purpose. People will settle where they please, Batriu. Progress towards globalization has advanced considerably. That's excellent. That means we know where it is, and I actually technically don't need to research it. Okay, awesome. We can get James Watt in here, and I can go ahead and teleport him around my empire to get free factories. The beautiful thing is he has +2 charges too, so that is nice. What other great engineers are coming? Wouldn't mind getting Nikola Tesla. Alvar Aalto is like a who asked kind of moment. The airport in Mashkan Shapir is completed. I think grabbing the bank is a lot of fun. We're in the process of improving all these tiles. It takes a little bit of time, but I think it does pay dividends in the long run to get all these lumber mills up. Let's buy the Grove and the Sanctuary here. And so now we have a really, really nice set of tiles in here. It's not quite finished. We got a little bit of work to do, but give it a little bit of time and we will. Hey, a free tank. Sweet. We found Mount Vesuvius as well as Ikil, and we launched the Earth satellite. Awesome. +4 era score. Mass media completed. I wasn't Suzerain of Candy, sadly, so I didn't get the free relics from Discovery. We are into a golden age now. I think we're going to take Heartbeat of Steam again. I think this just fits my goals again. Moon landing. I need that broadcast center to finish. It finishes in 2 turns. I can figure out something to do for 2 turns in this city. I'll do 2 campus research projects to try and get great people points. Plant a few more forests to keep the appeal. The appeal in here is now beautiful, lovely, and insane. We will get ourselves another neighborhood. We finished a spy in here. I'm going to send this spy to the capital to defend the spaceport, while this spy protects my gold investment. And you can go ahead and work on another spy for me. I will level up Pengala with Curator, mostly so I can get that era score point, otherwise I don't care. I'm going to scroll back in here. Retainers is no longer useful, it's no longer available. So I'll just plug in Levy en Masse for the +32 gold per turn. Okay, Dadanum has leveled up in Pelona, so I'm going to go for Ace Driver, so he has a better chance to escape if he's caught. James Watt, I'm going to go ahead and build a free factory in here, and then I'll teleport him probably down to Tutul. Do the same. I'll just walk him down there. That way I don't have to do as much micromanagement of his movement. Oh my god, I got a I got a Eureka from this, and that got me the robotics tech. That's amazing. I also got optimization initiative. Research the robotics technology. We definitely want this government. But I have short-term goals that I need to achieve as well. Also, does the map not look a little bit like Dory from Finding Nemo? Am I just stupid? I genuinely, like, I look at this and I see Dory. We get the bank in here. Let's get the stock exchange for the gold. We've got the nuclear power plant in Kar Shamash. Let's go ahead and grab the campus in here. I'm also going to pop into Borsippa and start the campus in that city. Although first I need to swap this tile, place that campus right there, lock that in. I forgot that I needed science, and in particular great scientist points. Keep cranking out builders. Go ahead and fabricate a scandal. Wait, what is the current standing? Yeah, fabricate a scandal in here. Get rid of other people's envoys. Ain't nobody gonna control me. Ain't nobody gonna beat me down. I got a spy in the capital, and his job is to counter spy on the spaceport. Did you just assume that I wanted to win the game? I just wanted to play. Wanna point no fingers or assign some blame. Market economy. Laissez-faire. We have access to the moon landing now. We landed on the moon! Classic conspiracy theory that we landed on the moon. We're going to go ahead and launch the moon landing. It'll take 4 turns. We will grab a great musician, better than an average musician, am I right? We've got the campus in Rapakum, get the library, want those great scientist points, art museum in Ashuna. We don't need the broadcast center in here. We do want a campus in here. I'm going to go ahead and put the campus where the holy site was meant to go. So I want that little bit of a trickle of science. And eventually I will put a holy site here as an alternative play. I have 2 charges on Gustav Eiffel left, and I don't even know what to do with him. But I don't even know what to do with myself. Oh. Let's delete the horse. Genuinely not a phrase I thought I would ever say. Let's go ahead and delete the horse, lads. And I will put a mine on the aluminum. That gets me nanotechnology, which is the Mars colony. So we have launched the moon, the Earth satellite. Now we need to do the moon landing. Then we need to do the Mars colony. And then we need to do the exoplanet expedition. So smart materials is our next tech that we need. And the rest of these things have to be boosted through a spy. I'm kind of curious about the possibilities. We'll use James Watt to build another factory in here. You pop back to fortify there. You do your job. Okay, we got the library in Rapakum. We'll get the university. I will pop over here to create another great work of music. We don't want to improve that. You go there. You go there. Might be good to move Magnus over to this new city. Economic alliance with you? Sure. Fine. Magnus, like I was talking about, I'm going to reassign him to that brand new city of Malgium. Why not? We've got the stock exchange in Mashkan Shapir. I suppose for just a bit of crack, we'll build a nuclear power plant. And we will get the library in there. We got the neighborhood in Karkar. Excellent. Let's do the shopping shopping mall. No, we need a couple of buildings in here. We got tiles we need to improve. Envoys, 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 envoys. Envoys, envoys, on. Okay, we want the integrated space cell. I'm going to drop the levy on mass. I want that 50% production boost towards space race projects. I don't think we need anything else in here, so I'm just going to go straight for synthetic technocracy. That's my end game thing. We got John Spilsbury. That'll get me a toy. We got the university here. We go for the research lab. Similar story here in Mari. We got another builder in this city. Keep on sending them around to do their job. Let's pop down to the bottom and pop a campus research grant. You come here, John. Get me some toys. My amenities are maxed out. I'm happy days. We don't need no water. Let the city park burn. Burn city park. Burn. Right. Do 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 do. Boom. Natural disaster has occurred. There's the moon landing. We get a huge culture boost, which I'm hoping will skyrocket me up through the tech tree. There's class struggle, and we'll get Cold War in a single term. We need optimization imperative for that +3 power in all cities, and the 30% production towards all city projects is real nice as well. With the moon landing complete, we can start the Mars colony, which we will get done in 3 turns because my capital city generates an insane 242 production per turn. We've got the nuclear power plant in Mashkan Shapir. Let's make sure we're doing campus research grants because we need those great scientists. We built the campus in Kar Shamash, so let's get started on the library. We don't need to change our government, and things are churning along at an incredible and indelible pace. +3 era score for a campus. We also got a Cold War. Keep getting that. Universities. Yeah, just pumping science. You can just safely assume that I'm pumping science here the entire time in the hopes that I can get not this great scientist, but the next one. I want that next great scientist. Margaret Mead, more like Margaret asked, because who the fuck asked? Right, fishery right there, looking great in Karkar. Does anyone want to hang out with the... wouldn't be bad to get the Estadio Americana. Don't know if we're going to be able to pull that off. We'll have a look. We got the research lab in Rapicum. So we can now focus on science, take the focus off other things, let the city do it at once, and just pump campus research grants to get the great people that we want, which is great sciencey people. Library is completed. We'll get the university in here. Campus research grants completed in Mashkan Shapir. Spam those campus research grants, baby. We also need more universities and research labs, rather. Finally, get the campus in Karkar. Okay, the Mars colony has launched. There's +4 era score. We got the smart materials, which is the space race, and the we need to research all of this, I assume, to get the space race boosting thing, the thing that lets us go faster. So we're going to go ahead and get started on the exoplanet expedition, which will begin the countdown to extinction, aka victory for us. Let's keep pumping those campus research grants so we can get as much science as humanly possible. One thing I'm also going to do is tell my cities to focus on science generation once their research labs are finished, because that'll keep us pumping. We're up to 383 science per turn, which is not too far off India, but India doesn't have a -50% science boost to contend with. We built the solar panel for the era score, and we're just chopping out infrastructure up here in the north for the sake of it. I'm trying to just keep my builders busy. But realistically, the actions I take from here on out are what I would consider to be, I would say I'm sort of more of a caretaker, and another flood in that tile, more of a caretaker of the finish of this game. All of the hard work has been done already, so to speak. I don't want Margaret Mead. I'm going to pass on her. Somebody else will recruit her. I also don't want Janaki Yamal. I want Erwin Scroatdinger. So I'm going to be shift ending my turn and skipping that. I'll kind of show you how you do that, because the game wants me to take this, but I refuse. I don't want it. And so I'm going to do everything in my power to not do that. Let's set you to focus on science now that you have your research lab. You do that with the research lab because the research lab increases the citizen yields. It means you go from a maximum of 4 science per turn with science focus to +9. because you can work the campus district for extra science with your population. We'll queue up as many campus research grants as we can to maximize our science gain. Our car is growing like crazy. And like, if I can't actually end my turn, but if I hold down Shift and I press the Enter key, I can force the turn to end, and I don't have to recruit Mary, whoever it was that had come up there. I forget the character's name now. We're going to renew the mission to defend our spaceport. I'm going to pop up here. Okay, Mary Leakey isn't a bad recruitment here. She's pretty decent. You get a bunch of science with a single button press. I'm really annoyed that somebody else stole Erwin Schrodinger, but that can happen in the turn rollover sometimes. I'll grab Mary Leakey, and this will let us start working on Stephanie Quillek. Research lab is on the way in here. Mary Leakey, I believe I want you to pop you over there. And pop, that'll shave a turn off advanced AI. Dadanum has leveled up. Siphon Funds is a great one, which means he should have eliminated any and all competition in here. Perfect. Go ahead, and I'll transfer you to a different city next turn. Go forth and do the things I told you to. +2 error score. I heard a lot of tiles just die, which means I think the sea level just raised. And also a nice old tornado or blizzard flew through here. We'll go ahead and get that library. Also, possibly a good idea to get those flood barriers to protect our empire. University on the way. You're working on your flood barrier. You just finished your flood barrier, actually. +1 adjacency campus. We're just trying to maximize the total amount of science that our empire is producing right now. Geneva, influenced by who? Okay, Tamara's getting a little bit close for comfort in Geneva. I'll pump 2 extra envoys in there. I'll put an extra couple of envoys in these guys too. Now, in Rapicom, I'm going to get myself a military engineer. I will finish my campus research grant, but then I'm going to begin spamming builders from the city of Karkar. I'll buy the library, I'll buy the university, and I'll buy the research lab, and then I'll buy a builder. And the reason we want 6 charge builders is because we have the government building. Oh no, it just got blown up. The Royal Society got blown up. Oh shoot. Okay, we need to get that repaired. It won't be so hard to repair. But suffice to say, if you have the Royal Society, you can feed builders into your spaceports to speed up the acquisition of your space projects. And the more build charges your builder has, the more they contribute. I can get naturalists soon. Exoplanet expedition, +4 era score. We are now officially winning the game. I can just hit shift and turn, and I'll win in 33.5 turns. But it's not just enough to win the game. You want to win the game in style, and you want to win it with speed. Campus research grants gotten in Rapicom. Let's go. More campus research grants. Focus on science for me. Get those campus research grants going. Ooh, actually, I can finally get National Park in here, +4 era score, and skadoosh, shadoosh. We get ourselves another naturalist for another one of those. It's going to be all the amenities. I also need to purchase luxury resources to make sure my cities are happy, and I'll sell off my other stuff. I'll keep buying builders. With the turn 159. So I feel like we're making progress. Feel like we're getting there. A violent storm. Tupac Amaru, not to be confused with Tupac Shakur, has been recruited here in the capital. We're working on repairing the Royal Society. University completed in Borsippa. We'll get the research lab to maximize our science output, because science is everything. Once we research this off, basically we just need to get as much science as possible to research the off-world mission as soon as possible. Finish the research lab in Karshamash. So part of the reason that we do this is to just make sure the city never asks me for another request, so I don't have to spend any of my mental energy on that city ever again. Don't ever speak to me or my son ever again, Karshamash. Okay. Lagrange laser station, terrestrial laser station, synthetic technocracy. I have completed the game. The video game is completed. We take synthetic technocracy. We plug in this one, Mercantile Legacy, and Economic Union is great. Public transport is great. Triangular trade is great. We confirm these policies, buy as many luxuries as we can to try to make sure all my cities are super happy. I'll pop into Babylon as well, and I will buy the stadium. Off-world mission is completed. Lagrange laser station, let's go. And then we can insert a builder in there like this. Boom. basically finishing the project every single turn, and that is why we need builders to be coming out of this city nearly every single turn. And it's why I have a military engineer over here to build a railroad right there so we can just walk them straight over. Start researching future tech because that's going to give us a 5% boost towards city projects every time we complete it. And we are now going a light year per turn, and we've already traveled 4. The victory shall be hailed. I click on the end of the civic tree because I don't give a damn anymore. A number of the decisions that I have to make on a turn-by-turn basis are irrelevant to me, so I'm going to be telling all of my units to go to sleep while we focus entirely, my entire mental energy on the spaceships. Lagrange laser station has launched. It cost me 30 aluminum, and that has led to us space racing faster. I'm going to go ahead and do a terrestrial laser station and feed another builder in there, which did finish the terrestrial laser station. However, do keep in mind, we do not get the benefit of that until next turn. So let's go ahead and pump more terrestrial laser stations and get those finished. I'm going to take Stephanie Kwolak here, put her in here, boom. And now we're one-turning terrestrial laser stations. And it's actually, I don't even think it's possible to do them faster than that. You can, in theory, do 2 per turn, but it's like an extremely advanced technique, only available to the most advanced players in civilization history. Sid Meier himself developed the technique in the labs beneath the Cheyenne Mountain during the Stargate program. Okay, we built the terrestrial laser station. Let's designate another national park. It's National Park City. National Parks and Recreation. National Parks and Recreation. All right, we'll put the railroad right there. Boom. So now my dudes will be able to cross this mountain easier. Yeah, it's all happening. The modern era in 6 turns. We got the terrestrial laser station. There's the commercial hub. Renew that mission. Feed a builder in here. Boom. Our builders can almost make it in a single turn. We need Carl Sagan to come and save us from ourselves. So Carl Sagan, come and save us from ourselves. Oh, please, Carl, come and save us from ourselves. Churn, 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 churn. +5 production towards city projects. Traveled 16 light years. 6 light years per turn. Looking great. Keep on feeding those builders, baby. The railroad to the spaceport is well underway. More builders. Future tech again. And I'm feeling like there's going to be a sub 170 turn victory here. Modern era in 4 turns. Looking clean. Cultural heritage. Just a very, very fun way to play. Boop, boop. Railroad here. And now I think these cities are officially about to be connected. So I can walk a builder to this tile in a single turn. Yes, I can. Excellent. Send an envoy. Nothing else matters. Delete this tile. Grab a naturalist. Pop him in there. Pops and pops, pops. Don't care about the diplomatic league or diplomatic thing because it doesn't change how I play. Because all I do is I build rockets and I send them into space to make my other space rockets go faster. That is my entire goal. That is my entire goal. Railroad right there. We will grab ourselves a comfy little builder. Oh, you ran out of campus research grants? Well, go ahead and do that again. I'm making a surprising amount of tourism. And the nice thing is I do still have this tourism screen, so I can actually see that I'm becoming dominant over some people. I do love that mod. All right, designate the national park, another 3 era score, more amenities to keep my empire happy. People are trying to steal. Oh, baby.
Much as our ancestors did ages ago, we're talking about a science victory. The first pioneers set forth on an uneasy course.
Welcome to Sid Meier's Hall of Fame badges. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful ranking there. I want you to look at those buildings constructed. Look at that graph. Look at that graph. Editor, zoom in on that graph and make it shake. I want like open source metal music playing as I talk about how badass my empire is and how much combat we fought. Look at all this combat. Look at all this culture. I want like highfalutin open source like Beethoven music. Like look at all this culture. Look at all this faith. I want like although we weren't that good on the faith. Gold, I want like whatever music you think is associated with money, okay? Editor, go wild. Look at this score. That's got to be like, although don't use that one. That one will get us copyright struck. Burp, burp. Most important graph, total religions founded. Here we are. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all very much. And I'll see you guys next time. Super fun challenge. Bye-bye.